Nothing on this show is authorized by the Food and Drug Administration, and nothing said here is intended to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any disease. Contact your physician before starting a diet or exercise regimen, including supplementation. This is not medical advice and is for entertainment purposes only.
Mama was exhausted after she had me. Two nurses to hold me and one nurse to slap me. Doctor turned to mama.
All right, I'm going to make sure we don't get kicked off. So I'm going to go back and listen to that because I'm in the country.
It's pretty good. It's oldie.
Conlon James Paul on the podcast.
What is up, everybody?
We're live, man. Thanks for coming down to Houston.
Yeah.
I know it's a trip for you.
Welcome to the show.
Back to the hometown.
When did you wake up this morning? Because you've been out all day.
I set my alarm for 4. Probably got up around like 4:02.
And
I have to shower before. I've showered.
It only
every
took
single
you
morning.
2 minutes to get up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And it's 7 p.m. here.
Yeah.
So almost a full 12 hours now?
Yeah, we're on a long day.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. I'm 2.5 energy drinks deep, couple capsules of some mystery supplements.
But hey,
So I'm doing decent, you know.
it'll do you good. Just let it ride on through.
I feel like I can feel it a little bit.
But you'll feel it more as this podcast
Yeah.
goes on.
We start talking a little more. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the experience. So we're going to get into your story, obviously, but Joey kind of wanted to show this off, and I'm sure people are going to be curious.
It's because we had no lost and found also.
Guys, we drank all the Lost and Found. They got some more on the way, which, Conlon, you're a big Lost and Found fan.
I'm a very big Lost and Found fan. I got the early like cans. I was a big fan out of the gate. Blue Rush was my favorite in the beginning, but now I'm a cherry lemonade guy.
Yeah. You know, I don't like grape at all, but when they made the grape, I'm like, man, this grape slaps.
Yeah. Same thing with the orange too. I guess they're all good.
They're all good.
I don't really have a super favorite, I guess.
Yeah, that's when you know it's a good line because like you can switch and keep having a favorite. So Joey wants to talk about this. So Joey, you have your own lab now.
Yes, I also used to.
Well, yeah, but you have like it's Joey's lab.
It's Joey's lab.
It's in his basement. Just
And you've been doing some R&D just for funsies, really, right? Or is this actual client work?
I mean, I did this because we were out lost and found, and I just swept up shit off the floor and put it in these cans.
You made this as a bit.
I did kind of make this as a bit.
Oh, okay. All right. So go ahead. Explain
it's a
it.
pretty cool bit.
No, I'll explain it. Let's do the taste test first because we got Conlon James Paul here.
Yeah.
Who this is his it's a
what I
shtick.
do.
You're the,
It's what he
you're
does.
the king of reviewing innies.
Granted, this is also for our personal use during the podcast, but yes, by all means, let's line them up.
Did you coin the phrase innie? Is that you?
No, I honestly, I don't know if it's annoying, but I think the ghost guy said it first.
Ooh. That's a nice one. So these are all different flavors?
Yes. He's starting with the mango lime.
All right.
Probably needs a little salt. But other than that, I think it's probably okay.
Damn.
I told you I'd come swinging with the bangers.
Yeah, holy shit. On the nose, it's more lime, but
Come swinging with the bangers.
the drink is knocking me in the face with that mango.
That's the one I'm excited about.
Go.
Carbonation level is fire.
So I have
perfect.
so mango lime.
Yes.
Wow.
These are all mango lime.
No.
Oh. What is yours?
Mango lime.
Okay.
I don't know if I fuck you up with pineapple or strawberry lemonade next. I'm going to fuck you up with pineapple.
There's a lot of flavor in there.
Yeah, did you? This
I'm
would
good.
be. You are good. I will
good,
say,
man.
did you add in a specific ingredient? Because I've heard there's some ingredients that that heighten and make the flavor more potent. Just keep sending them down here.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. Is this
You
just
would
straight
think
pineapple?
like straight pineapple, like, oh, boring. You wanna
You get
some?
quite a bit of mango in there. It is.
Yeah, that's a good mango too.
Yeah. How much caffeine?
0.
There's no caffeine.
I have 200 milligrams of paraxanthine because I don't have any caffeine at the lab right now.
There's paraxanthine in here.
Yes.
Ooh, that's really cool.
It's very nice, luxurious.
So this would be a
Premium.
This would be a very expensive energy drink.
And you could claim
Maybe.
0 caffeine.
Yes, you can. Which is like, joke's on you. It's a metabolite.
I mean, it'll still rock your socks.
Now, that's a good pineapple.
It's a nice, juicy, very pleasant
It is.
pineapple juice like pineapple.
I would say the smell doesn't smell like how it tastes.
No.
I would say it doesn't smell quite as good as it tastes.
No.
It smells like a very artificial pineapple.
I mean, sure, but then you get it in your mouth and you're like, oh, fuck me, pineapple.
That is a quality pineapple, ladies and gentlemen.
It's kind of like it's like light and refreshing, but the flavor's there.
I honestly probably like the mango lime a little bit better.
I think I like the
Wait
mango
a
lime.
second. Yeah, go ahead. Get
No,
some
you
of
know, I
that.
kind of like the pineapple too.
What are we doing on the Googles?
I'm going mango lime.
We could do a collaboration Lost and Found X Supworks. Is that what you're saying?
That'd be actually awesome.
You see my cool clear cans, Lost and Found?
Well, these are really cool. This would be really cool to have like a brand, I think.
Just the clear can?
I mean, have like a sticker. Even your logo on it looks really cool.
Yeah. This is my branding. This is my prototypes.
Yeah, really cool, dude. All right, what's the next flavor?
Strawberry lemonade.
Oh my goodness, dude. By the way, 4:41 is the official time.
Really? PM. Huzzah. I'm going to change my chart now.
So we're taste testing these bad boys. I really like the mango.
I mean, it's okay to have favorites.
It's taste damn good. It's very close to strawberry squeeze from Rice.
I don't like this.
Okay.
This is balls, dude.
Give me them balls. That's my favorite.
The strawberry?
The strawberry lemonade is my favorite. I have a long-lasting, loving relationship with the strawberry end of the strawberry lemonade, and it's fucking good.
Yeah, the mango lime's killed.
The mango slaps.
Mango's
man.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
That might be top 3 of all time. Flavor profiles.
It's kind of tangy.
Oh,
It
you
is.
want, what do you want? Pineapple or strawberry lemonade?
Oh, Dora
All right.
wants to get some of this.
No. Which one is that?
Mango?
I don't know. I only brought enough for everybody to get one, so we gotta pass those down.
Sorry, listeners. We're kind of just going right into this because
Okay, so what this
Fun's
is, this is a 16 ounce. It's very flavored, which I like. It's not over acid, but it does have Go BHB free acid, which is better than using the salts because it's very appropriate for ready to mix beverage. 200 milligrams of paraxanthium and 250 milligrams of cognizant CDP choline. Very simple. It's very brainy, and it will get you up as far as an energy drink. But other than that, it's super functional, and it has a lot of, at least 2 ingredients that are not currently in RTDs right now.
yeah.
I mean, but who's going to hate on Cognizant? Everybody loves that.
But it sips just like an energy drink. Like
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's not like the ingredients are overpowering to where you can't still flavor it unbelievable.
super functional.
Yeah.
Good
That's
job,
awesome.
Joey. That's really
Yeah,
cool, man.
That was
Thank you.
completely killed.
Yeah. All right, so Conlon, you're here.
Yep.
I want to hear the Conlon James Paul story.
Phew.
I know you've kind of told it in many different ways to a lot of different people.
It's a long one.
You ever done a podcast about your come up?
Yeah.
Probably a dozen.
Yeah, I've done a couple. That's usually the question.
Well, I mean, usually people who make podcasts don't watch podcasts, and that would definitely be me.
Yeah.
Hey.
But I don't want to hear the same story you've told him.
Yeah.
I want to hear, I want to know about you.
Yeah.
What drives you. I want to hear about the challenges, the stuff that sucked.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
maybe some things you might do different, and maybe some of the things that personally it's kind of difficult about this whole thing, because I think you're in a unique position. And I say this, we're now becoming sort of older cats in this game.
Yeah.
There's generations of
There is.
the supplement game, and we all know the older guys, right? We've talked to them at the Arnolds and the Expos and stuff, and the dudes from the older generation, which they have amazing stories.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have our story of the Cellucor thing, and then sort of the mass marketing of supplements, of where it's become more of a massly consumed consumer good, and it has our parents are taking it. Our parents know what energy drinks and stuff are, but then there's Conlon, who's completely blazed this total new path on social media as an individual, and basically has created your own influencer-based brand at a young age, and now you're completely engulfed in it. And we're all trying to figure out, how did you do it? Because we
Yeah.
all want to know how you caught that fire, because
It's-
we're doing everything the hard way. This episode is brought to you by our good friends over at Lost and Found Energy Drink. Lost and Found has just blown up in the marketplace as of recently. They're also a big international brand. Well, we helped them design their cans, which was a great experience for us here at Nutrimedia. But really, what I want to talk about mostly about these guys, one is that they're just absolutely delicious. It's at 150 milligrams, which is the perfect amount for me, but all the flavors absolutely kill. If you haven't tried these yet, you absolutely need to. They're starting to pop up everywhere. You can get them at Walmart. I think we got these new cans at Walmart. You can also buy them at Vitamin Shop. They're absolutely delicious. They're easy drinkers. They come in multiple flavors. The branding's awesome, and the people that are behind it are absolutely incredible. Some of my favorite people on the planet. One of our absolute OG brands when we started Nutrimedia. It's been with us since early days of Nutrimedia. Can't say enough about these people behind this brand and this product. They sponsor this podcast. They give us these drinks for every single one. And I think you guys would really enjoy trying them if you haven't yet. And if you have, just go double down, go buy some more, go tag them at Found Energy. If you can, go and get you some Lost and Found. And thank you guys over at LNF. Fast and loud.
It's weird. And I probably put a lot of it to luck, to really, I guess, taking the opportunity was probably the only thing I did. Mm-hmm. And then luck was a lot of the timing and how everything played out. But going back to the very beginning, of course, like 17 and 19, I tell us all the time, like I messed around with every single possible SARM I could, pro hormones, some oral anabolics. I didn't pin myself. I didn't want to. It was scary at the time.
And it hurts.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of messed myself up that way, but it also got me into this zone to where my test was so low that I didn't care about females. I didn't care about anything besides working out, learning what the hell I'm putting in my body, getting more interest in supplements, and just the obsession of putting something in your body, getting an outward result fairly immediately when it comes to something like energy drink, pre-workout, some of the along that line, but the SARMs as well.
How did you get bit by the bug? Because it's a weird little industry. It's a cottage industry.
Yeah.
And when you get into it, the more silly you kind of realize everything is. But most people they're not like aficionados of supplements, right? But then once you kind of get bit by that bug, you go and watch all the podcasts and you follow all the people, and then you like get really interested in all the ingredients and all the different brands, and then like the business part, the supply chain, and like you get deeper and deeper. When did that happen for you, and like what product was it?
Well, it first happened after I tore my ACL sophomore year of high school, was really what transitioned me like into the gym. And then from there, I watched Jay Cutler, his YouTube series. And then my first ever pre-workout, a product that really like kind of bit me, was Dino by RSP.
Okay. Yeah, I remember Dino.
That was the first one I ever tried.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was fairly high stem, but I remember it was a lemonade. I got it, I'm pretty damn sure, from GNC.
Okay.
And it was unbelievable. I just felt literally like Superman. Like that first time ever taking pre-workout. Like it was unbelievable.
You want the strength of 10,000 men?
Like that's what it felt like.
Take this product.
Like, how does something that I can just go into a store and buy and
make
like,
you feel that good?
And I didn't know about it.
Unleashes all this power that you didn't know you had.
It's like, it was unbelievable. I'm still chasing that to this day.
Course.
That's probably
We all are. We all are.
But yeah, that was probably the main one. And then it just totally spiraled into like the hard SARMs. Like, it was very quick.
Well,
it was
if
very
Dino
quick.
makes me feel this good, then what
I was
else
like,
you
shit,
got?
I got to get on that and I got to get huge. It was basically the whole like ideology that I had. But then of course I wanted to compete. Watching like Sadiq Hadzabic and Jeremy Buendia was kind of when I really got into bodybuilding. I competed 2018 in classic physique and men's physique. I looked super shitty. At 6'4", I was 189 pounds.
That's tough.
Which is awful.
Well, it's tough because you're so tall. And you can't put a lot of meat on a big frame.
But like even now, I'm 230 right now. I don't look 230.
No.
Just imagine me with 50 pounds left on my body.
Oh,
like
God.
that's how skinny I was. Like it was nuts.
You look at a lot of major bodybuilders, and if you're above 5'11", you're going to have a hard time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like major winners like Jay Cutler is 5'9".
Yeah.
Ronnie Coleman, 5'8". You know, most of these guys that are 300-pound mass monsters are under 6 feet tall.
You want them thick, those big old wheels on them.
Yeah.
It's hard to get big wheels when you got long ass legs.
And it's all about the levers, man. Like, you know, if you want to put a lot of meat on that lever, it's going to take a lot of weight in order to do so.
Yeah. So you're doing the bodybuilding thing. You get kind of bit by the supplement bug. You do some SARMs.
Yeah.
Are you like influencing yet, or are you just experimenting?
No, I did a little bit of YouTube senior year of high school, the summer between senior year of high school and freshman year of college. I did a little bit of YouTube, just kind of vlog-esque. That was once again like Christian.
What was your senior year of high school?
2016.
So there was 2 years between graduating high school and then going to compete. That's not very long.
No.
Oh, and that's a perfect age. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really look good at all. I still play second in novice
That's good.
out of 3.
I'll take it.
Did you want to like create content? Like, where'd you go to school?
Grand Valley State University in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Okay, so and you grew up in Michigan.
Yes.
So you go to college, and are you like motivated to be this?
Yeah. I had one, well, the whole influencing thing, I was done. After YouTube, that was kind of, I did a little bit of Instagram and I'd post a picture once every month or so. But like I had 1 week of living kind of a normal college life. It was welcome week my freshman year. I kind of went all out, got blackout, whatever. And then I don't know what happened, but I flipped a switch and like immediately didn't talk to anybody, loner in my room, all 4 years of college. Like the SARMs and all this stuff I was taking probably didn't help because I just didn't want to talk to
You
anybody.
went full email. What were you listening to?
Freaking David Goggins and Tony Robbins.
Really?
Yeah. I'd wake up to motivational videos, watch them all day long. Yeah. Like I was the most motivated I've ever been in my entire life.
Did you
it
want
was, it was just to work out. That was it.
Oh, you didn't want to be rich?
I just wanted to be a bodybuilder.
You didn't want to be rich?
No,
Yeah,
I
just
read
wanted to
books
be big.
and want to be big. Yeah. I want to be a bodybuilder. I want to be the best bodybuilder in the world.
That was a good amount of my college time too.
Yeah. I didn't care about any of that stuff.
Dude, that's when I first got into like my first round of doing oral steroids.
Doing oral, huh? Your first time doing oral.
That's the fun one.
I was bloated as fuck. But like I had a goal and I hit it and I was like, all right, I'm done.
Yep.
Yeah, you were chiseled there back in the day. You're pretty.
I was beefy. You was not chiseled. I've never been chiseled
But
in my life.
like you looked like square. Like you had had
yeah.
a structure to you.
Yeah.
Not just the amoeba we are these days.
So at the end of college, I mean, so you're David Goggins, Tony Robbins, getting big, reading books. At what point here, like how many, was there a span of time in between like end of college and like I've got to become an entrepreneur and start doing this thing, or like how did that transition happen?
So I'd say, I guess like the loner motivational, like depressive part was the first 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Then junior year, I got a part-time job at the vitamin shop.
Okay.
So that was kind of a little bit of transition into the space of like,
That's probably where like a lot of your ingredient knowledge came from.
Exactly.
That's
So
amazing.
I kind of was starting to be like, okay, the bodybuilding, like after I competed was I think sophomore year of college.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay, I probably don't have the genetics to do this type of thing. I was like the tallest person by like a foot. So I was like, okay, I love supplements. I'm super interested and got a job at the vitamin shop.
Okay.
I have that whole, like just the whole, and at that time I was probably going to supplement stores 4 times a week.
Yeah. Whoa.
Just because I love going in there, turning around, looking at the supplement facts, looking at all the different ingredients. And then at the vitamin shop, they have a school on
Vitamin
an
Shop
iPad.
University.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you learn about all the different ingredients. And I loved that. And I was just freaking kid in a candy store every single day. I loved going to work at the vitamin shop.
I love the fact that they kind of drag you through the mud and make you do all that stuff, because if it were up to you in your post competing days, you would never give a shit about what whorehound is.
No.
Little do you know, it's like the #1 selling herb. Whorehound. It's exactly like it sounds.
Yep.
Never heard of it.
Or horny goat weed.
But you learn about all these different, because like, was yours like a decently sized vitamin shop?
Yeah, it was a nice one.
8,000 products in the store? At least that's what they say. 8,000 individual SKUs in the entire store.
Were you a good sales
Maybe
rep?
half that. I was pretty decent, yeah. I got tipped a couple times.
Oh.
Yeah. Which I feel
That's interesting.
like that doesn't happen much at the
By
vitamin shop.
men or women?
Both.
Yeah.
One man, one woman.
So during this time, are you like interested in chasing girls around and doing the like
No.
college thing?
No.
You're
That's,
just-
I'm still on all the shit. So like I didn't take any testosterone. So I didn't have any base of any normal hormones. It was just my testosterone was tanked. I was taking some Rimistane as well as some Novadex. So my estrogen wasn't there either. So I was just kind of a walking zombie.
Roboting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was motivated as hell to work out and learn about shit. So
Plus you got David Goggins
Honestly,
and
yeah, I was
Tony
like-
there yelling under your head.
it's honestly, sometimes I feel like, why can't I get that back? So it was like, I had zero distractions. It was like, I was doing this. I'm working at the vitamin shop. I'm going to school. That's it. I literally don't care about anything else.
The 3 things that you do,
Yeah.
and you just
I
do
eat the
this.
same thing every single day, wear the same thing every single day. Like I my life was like clockwork.
Not all complicated like it is these days.
Yeah,
huh?
exactly. It's like something happens, I got to solve a problem, and it's like, why is this problem happening in the first place?
So when did you decide to start like turning the camera on yourself? And
That was so I worked at the vitamin shop part time, kind of from junior year to senior year, and then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I had barely a little bit of one semester of my final semester left, senior year of college.
Were you studying anything that had to do with supplements or a completely different field?
Exercise science and business.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there is anything that specifically is the supplement route. I get that question asked a lot by people,
Yeah.
and then I don't know how to answer. I'm like, just probably do business and marketing. That's kind of the main thing anyways.
I mean, Joey probably has the most legitimate
Fuck.
path.
What is it?
Genetics and biochemistry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That's actually probably what you would need if you were
Yeah.
doing it. But most people, when they go to that degree, they go to like real jobs.
Yeah, they go to work at like Pfizer or something.
Or dietetics. That's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so I was that last little bit of senior year, and then I had an internship afterwards that I had to do in order for the exercise science.
Okay.
And I somehow, I knew I wanted to be the supplement industry. I didn't want to really start my own brand, but I wanted to either work for a brand or work for a manufacturer.
Okay.
So like I had cold emailed probably 50 different companies and manufacturers. Like I sent Nick Bear an actual letter. Like I wrote out a letter, printed it out, and sent
You
it
know
to an
he's over in
envelope.
Round Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not far.
Never opened it, never got anything back. I sent Dom from Raw a DM and an email and everything. He got back to me and then said, yo, let's do it. And then never heard from him again. And there were a couple other people that like kind of hit me back, but NutriCap hit me back and was like, yo, that's 100%. We'd love to do that. Take you on for an internship.
Easy.
Love to hit you up. But then COVID really started to crank.
Oh, yeah.
And they pulled back and said, hey, hit us up in 2-3 months. If this blows over, we'd still love to have you. So at that point, I was like, well, fuck, I can't really do anything. Like, no, there's nothing open. COVID's like locking literally everything down.
Ain't nobody coming into vitamin
No.
shop.
So at that time, NutriCap had 144 MOQ. I had a little bit of money that I made from stupid Tesla options that I don't know how the hell I did that, but I
That
made
was
about
back in the day when you could make money off of Tesla options.
Like I somehow made 10 grand. So I was like, what am I going to do with this? And then, so I ordered 144 units of pre-workout and 144 units of protein.
So
And that was the start.
and that's when you turn the camera on yourself and you're like, I got to sell this shit somehow.
Yeah, they're like, it's probably going to be here in 12 weeks. And so I started doing the douchebag shirt off because I was still semi-lean at that time.
You want to get big.
Yeah. Like trying to do workout videos, trying to do like thirst trap videos. And that wasn't totally working. And then I made a video that is like kind of the turning point video to where like I have a supplement rack behind me and I'm sitting at a desk and saying like, yo, here's my credentials. And then I put a picture of me like ripped, little edited. And then I said, yo, if you guys have any questions about any supplements, I feel like it's probably my realm of expertise. If you guys want to know what any ingredients are, what's a good pre-workout, let me know down in the comments. And then that video maybe got 30,000 or 40,000 views on TikTok.
Fuck.
And then I just took every single comment and made that a video. Like, rate Total War. Did Total War video.
And
So you
that's
just
all it
took that and you rolled from there.
Yeah.
So you like caught the algorithm and you just
But the whole
Hung on
algorithm,
to
it
it.
was the algorithm plus I was the only person on TikTok at that time doing that. Any supplement, anything, that was how early it was in TikTok. Nobody else was there.
yeah. And you're also one of these young guys, so you're kind of speaking to that whole
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah. So it was first the scene. Brett started to do better than me because he created a better
Like a format.
persona. Yeah, a better format of how like to do this stuff.
Better, like he has a character that he commits to
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
so fully.
very good at it.
Yeah.
And the whole trying this so you don't have to is basically what Brett started.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it took off on my page, but yeah, no, it was basically just me and him. And then we met up at XN and then we both somehow ended up in Dallas. And yeah, it's kind of like
Serendipitous.
just took off from there. Yeah.
So you guys start doing these reviews, and you guys are kind of around the same age, I think, right?
Yeah. I think he's a
little
year or
younger?
2 years older than me.
Oh, he's older than
Yeah.
you. Oh, okay. You guys caught the whole TikTok fire, which we've never been able to figure out. You
We're
figured
so
it out.
I don't know. I
Cavemen.
don't know
Yeah.
if he can do it anymore.
I don't know if you can either.
I honestly
TikTok
don't know.
became too saturated as far
Yeah.
as a place. Maybe.
I think so. As far as like the virality goes, like I could I could almost guarantee what a post would do numbers wise after I would like edit the video and be like, okay, this is probably going to do 150,000 views. At this point, I have no clue. One video can do 2,000 views. One video can do 100,000. If you scroll on my page, it's like, it's all over the place, but yet it's the exact same video almost every single time.
Yeah.
So like kind of that same format, like you want to know about supplements, let me know.
Well, he
Basically.
has a cadence. You have a cadence the way you talk. There's certain music that you use regularly.
I try to do like a first 3 second. Now you have to really get people into the video. So I try to take 3 of the best seconds of the entire video and put it at the front. Maybe take the saturation down a little bit so it kind of looks like it's a little grayish, so it looks like it's in the future type thing. And then do those first 3 seconds, kind of cut it right before I say a swear word or say something, and then glitch it, and then go right in the beginning of the video. That usually tends to do decent. But yeah, it's weird things that I've picked up.
And you also have like a real, like, I don't know, your voice is like kind of commanding.
That's what people say. And they say I turn it on too, which I don't know. But
and you have a cadence. Yeah, it's all very interesting on how you figured that all out, but it's definitely working for you. So, I mean, you start to roll a little bit. And anyone who knows this game, like we know it, like, first of all, 144 units is like a death sentence for anyone going into this. It's like you got 10. I tell people now, it's like you want to meaningfully launch a supplement brand, which people come to me all the time. And I'm like, all right, well, you're going to need minimum 35, 40,000 for like your products. This is not me. This is not labels. This is not marketing. This is not website. Sales guys, that's how much it's going to cost you to get a pallet of things sent to somewhere.
And it's hard to even tell if like that minimum order quantity of 144 units can really even put a dent in the marketplace these days.
yeah.
That and there's not enough margin to make back to reorder.
No, I think
So-
I want to say my pre-workout that was not a very good pre-workout. It was like an energy drink alternative was I think $16. It was like 4 grams of citrulline, 150 milligrams of caffeine,
You probably just got ripped off.
a gram of L-carnitine. Yeah,
And it's a 144 units, so
I didn't know any better. That was the
They're
first time I ever
hitting you
ordered
with the
supplements.
asshole tax of this is too little, and then they're hitting you with the asshole tax of you don't know what the hell you're doing, so we're going
And
to add a couple bucks
and
onto
then
it
it took like 14 weeks.
to sell all of them.
No,
to
to
get-
get it. I sold it in a day.
You sold it in a day.
Yeah. I sold 144 units of pre-workout in a day in less than 24 hours. And then I sold the protein, 75% of it within that day.
Did
and
you
then the
build your
rest
own
lasted about
Shopify?
4
Like, how
weeks
did that
or
work?
4 days. Yeah. I had my own Shopify.
And you
I
had
my
all these
website.
people just lined up you had 144 people lined up to buy.
Well, that was the whole thing. So I had
you, like,
ordered,
documenting
I
this
ordered the
thing?
product. Yeah, that was like
Oh,
I had
okay.
ordered the product, and then it was 12 to 14 weeks lead time to when they actually had it. So that was when maybe a week after I ordered it, I had that first video that kind of took off, and then
okay.
people started following me for doing the reviews, and then I would slowly kind of add in, I'm creating this supplement company. This is why I did the formula. I still try to do this today. I never like say like my shit is the best.
Yeah.
Or like just straight up salesy stuff. I do it a little bit more now, but I really try not to because I love reviewing.
Yeah.
There's so many other great products out there. Like mine's not the best. Like, is it a really good one? Yeah, I think it is, but there's a lot of other great brands out there that I'm not just going to dog on them just to make myself look a little bit better.
You have solid products that compete with the best of them.
I mean, I try to make products really for myself that I would really like that I don't totally see.
That is kind of the best part of being in the industry.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you put that self-interest in there and you're like, this is what I would take. And it's also because I don't want to have to pay for my supplements anymore. If I start a company, I get it all for free.
So you sell out
Yep.
and you get all your cash back.
Yeah, it was. I think on the day it was just over $10,000 in sales, and I was like the most money I've ever seen.
And you're like,
Yeah, I was like, holy shit!
Now I gotta buy.
I literally, I about teared up and cried because it was like, oh my god, that I still haven't. That's another thing about
did you
the
go on
pre-workout.
back order? Did you take any orders? No?
I had 144 units and sold it all.
So what did you do after that? Did you go back to NutriCap and be like, let's double down?
Yeah, I was basically like, I sold it all. Can we order another one? And they're like, really? They kind of like didn't really understand it. But that's when I reached back out to them, and they were like, "Yeah, we'd love to bring you on. Let's do an internship." So then I flew out there. I did an interview, got the internship right there, and then I moved.
Anyone who can sell 144 units in one day.
Of course.
Yeah,
So you moved out there?
I moved out there, and I lived with my best friend, who his parents lived in Georgia. and I stayed in like an 8x10 room with a bed and a desk, and drove an hour to NutriCap every single day.
Still listening to David Goggins and Tony Robbins?
Yep, every single day. Yep.
This is my bed, my desk, my David and my Tony.
It was, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I did that, and it was our internship for, I think, a week. And then they're like, yo, you want to take a sales position? I was like, sure. Will it, like, hinder anything about my internship? And they're like, no, we'll still just do that on the side.
So what was the internship about? Like,
Yeah.
Just for school.
Okay.
And I somehow finessed a supplement manufacturing company to be my exercise science internship.
Cool.
And they accepted it.
That is finesse.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and then they brought me on full time, and I was like, oh, shit, I'm living the dream here. Like,
So
come on.
were you good at sales there?
I was decent. That time, NutriCap was just flooded with like inquiries.
All
so I really
kinds
just
of new people.
Yeah, I just emailed them back and like, yo, what do you want to do? Kind of type
Yeah,
thing.
they ran ads on social. It was like, build your own supplement company right now.
Remember that?
Yeah.
People don't know how difficult being a sales broker for a supplement manufacturer is.
Well, and it's
You got to know a lot of shit. I mean, they do throw people in there that are wet behind the ears, and you can get people to be inquire and get interested, but getting them through the whole process is a whole other thing.
your mom called.
Yeah, she did.
Cool.
She's checking to make sure it was me that texted about my birthday.
We should have done a live
a
call
hacker.
with your mother. That would have been incredible.
I mean, you can call her if you want to.
No, it's all good. Yeah.
So how long did that last at NutriCap before you're like, next?
About 4.5 months. So
Okay.
it was pretty quick, but
Is it because you're just growing so fast?
yeah,
or-
like I had gotten there, and I think the next run
Did
was
you get an
maybe
employee discount on your other runs?
no,
Hell no.
What the fuck?
no, and it was really annoying that I had to a different salesperson handled my own account.
Well, that's weird.
I couldn't even handle my own account, which I guess there's maybe a little bit of something there, but no, like it was quick. My next order was maybe it was 300, something like that. I don't even remember, but sold that out ASAP because like TikTok was just unbelievably growing like crazy. And then I did 500 in 1,000, and then my last one before I left was 1,500 pre-workouts.
Same
like 500.
Same formula as the original.
No, different.
Okay.
So I had upgraded it. And that's where the first ever like low stim loaded pre-workout that I did came into play.
Nice.
And that one sold out like 2,000 units in like, I want to say 15 minutes. That was the peak of my TikTok famousness.
And you'd only been doing it for like, what, 5 months by then?
And yeah, probably maybe 6 or 7 months at that point. Yeah. But
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was nuts.
So
And then-
you couldn't even keep stuff in stock.
No.
Didn't have enough cash to really
No,
re-up.
I didn't. Well, let me get at this. So at that point, I was so like everybody knew about me in the entire company. It was like, this is guy's like a complete phenom. He's selling all this stuff, and like he's got this TikTok, and like, what can we do to like get this guy more involved? And so, whoever was under Wes, who was the owner of NutriCap at that time, was kind of a D-bag. But he was really interested in like buying into V1 and like buying something.
Yeah. Just
So
so, he
they-
could have his mitts on it.
Yeah. So and like make it another house brand, like with Black Magic and
They have
Yeah.
they have several.
yeah. And they offered, hopefully I can say this. I don't think I shouldn't be able to. They offered like I don't remember the exact deal, but it was like a 97.3. And I was the 3%. Yeah. But it was like unlimited cash flow. They had the manufacturing. So it was like, we can make as many units as you could possibly need.
Yeah, but 3.
Yeah. It's like if we made $1 million, I'd make 30 grand a year.
Was there like a cash like lump sum up front?
No, nothing.
That was a bad deal.
So yeah. So I turned it down.
Yeah.
And
And then they fired you.
no,
That's
that was kind of what I was thinking.
He's still a golden goose.
That was kind of what I was thinking.
yeah.
The guys underneath Wes really didn't like that I turned him down because they thought I had strung him along. But like I didn't know what the deal was. They weren't really telling me what the deal was, and they tried to like slap some papers in front of me, and I just didn't know. So
At least you're smart enough to know,
Yeah.
like to say no.
Yeah, I never said like, yeah, let's keep doing this. But I was like, oh, that sounds good. And like, you guys want to be part of the brand? Like, I was like 21 or 22 at the time. I was like, I don't know. But then I was just kind of like, yeah, I'm making enough money to where I can do this on my own. I kind of want to try this thing and see what I can do with it. I'm 22 and might as well take this risk right now.
Might
And
as well.
Then I sat down with Wes and he's like, yeah, you should do it. Like, quit. I think this is the right time to do it. And he like really pushed me to
That's
go ahead
actually
and
a
do it, which
really
is super cool.
Bro boss thing to
Yeah,
do.
it was awesome. And like that just really cemented in my mind, okay, I'm going to go full steam at this thing. Yeah.
And then you did.
Yeah. And I moved to Texas.
And what part of your journey kind of made you move to Texas?
Yeah, why Texas?
I don't know. For some reason, I thought warehouse space in Texas was cheap compared to everywhere else in the world.
Depends where you go.
That was my only idea of moving to Texas.
You went to Dallas though. Dallas is kind of expensive.
Yeah.
No, the warehouse wasn't cheap at all.
Yeah.
And I had signed the lease of the warehouse before I had an apartment, and I didn't even see the warehouse space.
Oh.
Yeah. It ended up being an okay place. It
You
worked
just
out.
lived in it.
Yeah. I kind of
So
did sometimes.
you're not afraid to like jump off some cliffs. It sounds like.
No, not at all.
But
And
you're
that
kind of
whole-
calculated. You're a little measured.
Yeah, but it was like the whole. That's why I say a lot of it is like luck and just being in like the good time. Like I worked my ass off, but like some of the moves I was making, like I wasn't very money focused, and I was kind of throwing it wherever where I thought, oh, that's a decent idea. All right, let's do that thing. Like I had less than $10,000 in my bank account for like the past like almost the entire time up until very recently.
Yeah.
Like I was not taking anything from the business.
But yet the whole world on TikTok sees you and they think of you as up on this pedestal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like my apartment rent at the time was like $2,000. And I was like,
I still have a used car.
It was very stressful. Yeah. It was like, I was very, I don't know. It seems crazy that I did that back then. But then at that time, I was like, yeah, whatever.
You're just trying to make it happen.
I'll do another drop and money's coming in. Like, I'm just going to keep cranking. It's not a huge deal.
And during this time, you're trying to upgrade your formulas and come out with new innovations, new flavors, stay in stock, all the problems that people just have.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Like, how hard is staying in stock and just trying to.
For me specifically, staying in stock is tough because we're not a very like month to month. Well, we could be, I guess. I've never had product in stock, like all of our product and all of our flavors in stock at one time. I've never had that.
Your model's almost like sneakers. Like it's kind of drop culture. Like,
And I think people have kind of become accustomed to that, where people, they really still want some of the old flavors and stuff that we've done before back. But to keep the attention alive with the, I guess, the younger crowd that I have, I need to do some new flavors, new products, some weird thing at least every couple weeks.
Yeah. And it's like you got to be new all the time.
Yeah. So that's the main thing. And it's like I don't want to spend all of my capital on 10,000 units of like one or two flavors to keep them in stock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and then you might end up making. I've made the mistake before, like where you drop a cucumber lime, and you buy as much cucumber lime as you do like orange mango.
Yeah.
Only to find out that not a lot of people are willing to take that risk, even though it might be beautiful and refreshing. But
And the other thing is like you don't know which one's going to hit.
no,
To whereas like we did a kind of a weight monster dupe, called it Arctic Beast. It was a little carbonated kind of grapefruit pre-workout flavor.
yeah.
I didn't think it was going to do that good, but we sold out in like a week, and people still want it back. And it's like I should have tripled that order.
And it would have lasted a long time.
Yeah.
But maybe it's in the nebulous name of the product.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe
know.
Arctic Beast, they're just like, oh yeah, I'm in. And like, who the fuck knows what that tastes like?
But it's also like who knows how good my videos are going to do, and that's a huge player in all this stuff. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
if my videos go off, like the week of the drop, or like I do the showcases, or like do the drop video and it gets 100,000 views, that no matter what it is, it's getting sold out. Like I never know what videos are going to hit. So there's so many plays. Or
are you
different
making
things that go into
videos like?
one.
Do you like wake up being like, I need to make a video today? Mm-hmm. Do you have an idea of what you're going to make?
Kind of.
How does your planning go into effect? Like, how do you figure out like what you're going to do for a video?
It's very on the spot. Like I'll have an idea of like, okay, I need to make a couple inspired videos and a couple view one videos, and then I probably need to go to Meijer or Vitamin Shop and pick up a new product to do a review that people want to see. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the only ideas that I have.
And you're
But,
editing
like,
all this yourself?
Yeah, just CapCut.
Just CapCut.
Yeah,
Dude, you're like a CapCut pro.
it's quick. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
why I
even
like
know
it.
what CapCut is. Apparently, it's a mobile video app.
yeah.
it's like a TikTok editing platform almost.
Okay.
It's super easy to me, and like it looks relatively semi-professional
Yeah.
for quick, and I can do it on my phone. I can do it anywhere.
That's crazy that you do those edits on your phone.
I just take a SD card reader and plug it into my phone, and just upload the video onto my phone and do it straight on CapCut. Yeah.
Wow. How much time do you spend a day editing these?
A decent amount of time. It depends on how many videos I have to edit, but it'll probably take. I can film the video in like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then I cut everything up, edit maybe 25, 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you spend
I
like
guess
an
it's
hour.
not crazy.
Like
That's
an hour a
efficient
day.
as fuck, actually.
3-4 videos a
Yeah,
day.
for the
Yeah.
return, I'd say it's pretty damn good.
What's the last video that you did that actually like caught some fire that did really well?
The Skittles drinks.
Oh, I watched that one.
Yeah.
They were ass.
Yeah. I didn't like them, but
What's
people
Skittles
a lot of
drinks?
people are calling me haters.
Skittles has a beverage,
No.
Yeah.
and it's, according to Conlon, ass, my bro.
I didn't like it.
What was it like compared to like
It didn't
the
look.
C4
It didn't look
Skittles?
legit though. Like
I didn't think it was even close. I think C4 nailed it compared to these.
it didn't look legit though. Like
It didn't.
Like, it
which
looked- it looked
confused
sketchy.
me. It looks like a fake Skittles. Yeah. They have 4 flavors: the original wild berry, tropical, and a sour. I had the tropical and sour. And for having
What are
32
they
grams of
supposed
sugar,
to do?
that's what I was wondering. Like, why are they making
just
that?
a sugary beverage.
If they were functional, they might actually have some value. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's like kind of sucks because this is a Mars product, you know, and they're trying to be cool. They're trying to make a drink. They obviously know that the flavor of Skittles is something that's marketable. But in this day and age, you can't just drop, you know, a 32-gram carb bomb that's flavored like Skittles and expect it to do well.
Well, maybe they did think that they could do that, but but it should still taste phenomenal.
Hubris.
It should.
Yeah.
Hubris, I say.
But like, who the hell is picking that up? A mom's not going in there and picking that up for their kids.
It's probably like low income
kid-
areas, gas stations.
Yes, but like a kid's definitely choosing a Prime over a Skittles drink.
62% of your daily intake of added sugars. More than half.
And it's not even, I think it's like a 12-ounce bottle or 14.
But it didn't taste good.
I didn't like it, no.
You tried 2 different ones.
I tried the tropical and the sour.
I mean, you gave them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You do 2 different flavors.
Where did you buy it at?
Random gas station. I saw it. My fiance pointed it out, and I was like,
Where was
that's
it?
weird.
Where
I've
was
never
it
seen
placed?
that.
Like next to the sodas and shit?
Next to the energy drinks. I was at the very bottom of the shelf.
Not carbonated.
Not carbonated.
Weird.
It was very weird. But like that's the kind of stuff that I do as far as like if I see a weird thing, whether it's like a food item, it doesn't even have to be protein or fitness related.
Yeah,
Well, it's
you
probably
want-
I
better
like
for you
reviewing that
because
type of stuff.
you can get into different industries and categories now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, supplements are only so big, and there's only so much of an audience. and
This is
there's-
probably exactly what Skittles said before they launched this product.
probably, but they went to mass market with it, or they tried, and it's catered for convenience, but they don't realize that convenience now is more functional. People want energy drinks and they want hydration drinks.
They want their Skittles to do something for them.
Yeah, they're not Arizona iced tea,
No.
which is an anomaly.
God, what a bummer.
It's like the Costco wiener.
How recent was this video?
This week. I think
Really?
I posted it like Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
So you still have roll. You still have some.
Yeah.
You got a pretty big audience.
It just depends. Like my videos are starting to trend a little bit better. Like I'll most likely a smaller video will get 10,000 views. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say once to twice a month I'll have a video do over 100,000 views now.
So do you have a TikTok shop now with
Yeah.
all your products in it?
Yeah, it's been
Do you-
killing it.
So that has been killing it. Are you doing the promo stuff and everything?
They do their own promos. TikTok.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
It's crazy the amount of discounts they're giving.
Well, I guess they're trying to establish themselves as a marketplace.
Yeah, I want to say we've sold almost 5.5 thousand units since they had the TikTok shop.
Units?
Yeah,
Okay, and that's not the TikTok shop has been around how many months?
Couple.
Maybe 6 at most.
yeah, 6 months or so.
Yeah. And that's quite a lot. That's a pretty good clip.
Are you on Amazon?
No,
And you're doing retail now, though.
yeah. So the V1X is our first retail specific product that we kind of made for retail because all the V1 formulas don't work in retail as far as price goes.
Sure. Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah.
But this one definitely better. We got a decent deal on it. And it's more like the high stim, more of the retail vibe. I think I'm not a big. This is my first shot at it, so
How's it doing?
awesome so far. Yeah, I think we're on a 3rd run from the manufacturer.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you don't do your
nuts.
warehousing anymore.
No, kind of.
You moved back.
Yeah. I moved back, but the warehouse still is technically mine. It's just now the 3PL.
Runs it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So me and Jeff from Rival kind of partnering on a little bit of a 3PL.
Shout out to Jeff
cool.
from
Yeah.
Rival.
Shout out to
Good
Jeff.
guy.
Great dude.
So you don't have to be there every day doing the packing boxes and all that.
No.
Do you miss it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not really though. So I'm still kind of in it. They still text me and everything because I run all the Shopify and do some of the emails and everything. So
what is your main roles today? Marketing,
marketing,
making videos.
yeah, making videos, doing a little bit of labels, nothing crazy. Kind of just giving a little bit of an outline about what I want stuff to look like. Doing the formulations, just almost everything, I guess. Coming up with the game plan, the structure. I'm not good at handling it all, but
Even all that's, yeah,
doing
it's
it.
not
It's a
an easy
lot.
task.
It's a lot. I know Sammy, he's kind of involved.
He's
helping out.
helping me out a ton, as far as like at least because I used to be like love all of the studies and like learn about all the new ingredients. So like, oh, this new ingredient came out, let me test it out, blah blah. I can't handle all that stuff anymore. Like it just seems like another
There's not enough time in the
added
day.
thing. But
Yeah.
Sammy, oh my goodness, he dives into all that stuff, and he always updates me. And he's kind of like a good test dummy. Like I'm like, yo, he always like sends me good, like, oh, let's try out this thermogenic formula. Like, what do you think about adding this? I'm like, do it. Talk to Eric, get a sample, let me know what you think, and then send it my way, so I can kind of test it out and see. But yeah, he's very well versed in all that stuff, and he's really helping out, which is awesome.
Yeah. And you have your graphic designer, Susan.
Susan.
She's always pumping out.
She's killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's doing crazy. We're doing a little bit of a label kind of overhaul for a decent amount of our products. Now that we're in retail, we're trying to get a little bit more aligned with this style. I think it fits a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do a little bit more of the cooler stuff you can do with labels rather
Yeah.
than just a wizard labels, 2 different layers type thing.
Yeah. You've definitely stepped it up. She's stepped it up
Yeah.
big time.
No, she's doing a ton of
Since
stuff.
like she's started, I've noticed her whole progression has gotten more and more advanced.
Even like the 3D stuff she's doing is very cool. She's
Yeah.
teaching herself, which is
Yeah. That's impressive.
that's tough to do.
So you also work a little bit with Inspired. What's that relationship? How's that set up?
It's fun. It's like I'm a little brother to Landon.
Yeah.
Kind of
I feel like y'all
shoot
are
some
like
stuff on me, you know.
y'all are like complete opposite people though.
We are a little bit. He reminds me of my older brother, which is kind of interesting. But no, he's unbelievable dude. And it's like talking to freaking Joey. It's like everything they're talking about is like, okay, I understand about half of the stuff you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can go look up the other stuff.
They've done lots of psychedelic drugs.
Massive downloads from the great beyond.
Yeah.
No, but it's insane. They've helped me out tremendously as far as just learning more about the whole business behind supplements rather than like I can sell stuff online. Like I can make a couple of videos and drop a product and do fairly well. But as far as just like creating an actual good company that kind of thrives off itself rather than just me, they've taught me a ton of stuff, especially Landon. Just the whole retail thing is basically them. I've done some videos and everything, but we're in, I think 130, just over 130 doors right now.
Incredible.
Which, I mean, my goal is to do 500 in the first year, which was a little bit of an overestimation, but we're possibly on the verge of doing that.
Well, Landon
Within the first year?
Landon has
Yeah.
a really large Rolodex.
He does.
He knows everyone,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then-
especially in the independent
yeah.
world.
Tim's killing it too.
Tim knows too.
Yeah.
Tim's a beast.
Dude, he is.
Tim works for like 20 brands.
Tim
I feel like.
deserves his own
nuts.
podcast.
He really
does,
does.
dude.
Yeah. He's sneaky.
He
he's like
does.
he's like in everyone's like.
Cookie jar?
Yeah.
He's funny as shit.
You know, he
too.
lives like right around here.
Oh, we should definitely have Tim come on
Yeah,
there.
he would be a great,
Yeah, he lives. I think he lives in
great
Conroe.
guy in the podcast.
Get out.
Yeah, he lives in Conroe.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, he was doing the 75 hard at the Arnold. And he's like, yo, dude, come walk with me. Let's talk. So for 45 minutes, because you have to walk outside for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You're just walking around like
And you
downtown.
took a 45-minute walk with
Yeah.
him? Did you get hassled by bums?
No.
There were
I
plenty.
thought I
of
was
them.
going to get shot, though.
Yeah.
You're walking in not the greatest area.
Do you like doing the expos? Every time I see you, you look worn out.
It's tough because I am more of an introverted person. So, like, really trying to be, like, on like that for, like, an entire weekend.
Exhausting.
Yes. It
Yeah.
takes a toll. It's like, because I want to be like that guy that they see. And I feel like I kind of am, but I'm only that guy for like an hour a day. It's like,
We got to have a great time. We were just kicking back, having podcasts at the bar.
Yeah, my whole like shift on that dynamic has changed the way that I approach it.
Hot?
Huh?
Harris
Is the
Anthony?
BHB supposed to make you sweat?
I don't
Hot?
know.
But
Maybe
it's hot
that's
from
probably
talking.
the fun of it from earlier.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the show.
It's getting hot and sweaty up in here.
Let's. I want to know a little bit more about Conlon. So, like, what are some of the challenges that you faced during this, and like, how have they affected you, and how you've kind of grown up in this space? Because you really have. We've kind of watched you sort of like come into your own.
It's crazy. If you watch a video back in like the early TikTok, I feel like I look like I'm 12 compared to now, and it was like 4 years ago. But a funny story in the beginning that I forgot about. So my dad didn't really want me to do the whole entrepreneur thing.
What does your dad do?
He is a executive at DTE,
What's that?
a energy company, probably the biggest one in Michigan.
Oh, so he's like
He worked his like I idolize my dad.
he's a bad dude.
He gets shit done. Like he's the man. He worked his way up like from probably the most beginner job he could,
sweeping floors in the warehouse.
to now he's an executive, and it's like holy shit. But it's very cool to have him in my corner.
Does
but
he give you advice for like business?
Yeah. No, I kind of bounce everything off him. He's done a bunch of deals, and he kind of, even though he's not in supplements as far as like all of the legality and getting the contracts and everything like that, he's not only has all these relationships I can kind of help out with or bounce off of, but he himself, he has
business acumen.
Yeah.
But,
he's very educated.
But you've never needed him for money or monetary or credit or anything
he's
like that?
asked. No. He the one monetary thing, well, he has actually, he has helped me out a little bit. Nothing crazy though.
What about like with your personal bills and stuff? Because it's hard to manage both.
Yeah.
And then there's like the taxes thing, which is kind of weird about owning a business where you kind of have to learn.
Sucks.
Yeah. I did mine last week and
No, it's not fun.
I owe a lot of money.
Yeah, I always forget.
You should make a charitable contribution to a nonprofit organization.
I made one for $3,000 a couple months ago.
We should make one about the same size as the amount that you owe.
Mine's those are not fun.
Well, more on that later.
Yeah. Anyways,
I don't want to spend that much money.
You don't want to give it to the government that was going to do whatever they
I don't want to
with
give
it.
that much money to anyone. I want to keep it.
Yes. Well, that is also the other unfortunate part of it. It's got to go away one way or another.
So your dad helps you out.
Yeah,
I did not know this about you, so this is cool.
He didn't really want me to kind of go the entrepreneur route.
What did he want you to do?
Yeah.
He kind of wanted me to just keep doing my own thing.
Go to school.
He's a very risk averse guy.
Okay.
So to spend a lot,
He's a company
almost
man.
probably 90% of my net worth at the time on trying
You were
to start a business.
22 years old.
Exactly. But the other thing I did to get some more cash was sell my
Your body.
graduation present. Not yet. Just to sell my graduation present, which was a truck, and downgrade to a Mazda CX-3.
That's a fine car.
And I think
It's
I
a very
netted
conservative play
it
on
was
your
a
money,
little-
and
it
I
was
think
a little
that's
femmy car, but
what kind of truck was it?
it was a Dodge Classic 2019, kind of brand new at the time.
Yeah,
well, fuck that.
but you're back into a Dodge now.
It was, oh yeah, I love Dodge. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was kind of my dream truck too, so it hurt a little bit there. And he was like, "Yeah, I don't know if this is the right thing, blah blah," because he had co-signed on the car. Downgraded. I think I netted about $8,000 from that, and then just put it right back into the next drop.
Quite a gamble.
But then he kind of came around he saw how hard I was working, and really I actually tried to make some money. And when I decided to really think about quitting NutriCap, I called him, and he really didn't want to say, hey, that's probably the right move and you're young and blah, blah. But he ended up saying that, and that kind of really pushed me to end up quitting and really trying out this thing.
Him and Wes.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
he lives
yeah.
vicariously through you in some way.
Yeah, he was a big basketball guy, and I was a big basketball guy that had injuries. That he never got to play college basketball, and he wanted me to play college basketball. And yeah,
Is he tall too?
6'2", yeah, taller.
Oh, so you beat him.
Yeah,
Nice.
all my brothers did.
You have brothers?
Yeah, 3 brothers.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Are they all involved in fitness and stuff?
No, I guess a little bit. So my youngest brother,
Oh, you're an older brother.
yeah, I'm the second oldest.
You have a pretty young family.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm 25. My older brother, I believe, 27. The middle guy, 24. He's right under me, and then Weston, 20.
Young family.
It's pretty bad. I don't really realize how their ages. But Weston is autistic, along with a bunch of other disabilities. Denton went to, I think he's a computer science guy, but he works in energy trading now. Big boy job.
Yeah, my brother has a real job too.
I'm looking at his natal chart and like.
Well, we want to get into this.
Figuring this
This is
out.
why I'm asking these questions for the
It made me
audience to
super
know.
excited.
For people that don't know Joey, we haven't unleashed this segment yet. We've been talking about it, but there is everyone who
How
gets
many
into
people are gonna think I'm
Joey's
full of shit?
bubble will almost instantaneously get the question asked of
I'm getting into character.
where were you born? When were you born? What's your birthday? Joey is you're like a Reiki. He's a Reiki master, right? And he's a level 99 wizard.
I'm also a certified scuba diver. I'm an ordained minister.
He's a
certified forklift operator.
Damn.
He's very good at reading astrological charts.
Okay.
And
Are you going to put this on screen? Oh, beautiful.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
And he has a way of being able to read people's personality types based off. Now, whether you believe in this kind of stuff it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the one advice I tell anybody, because I'm not a super woo-woo person either, is he's been my wizard, my shaman for damn near 11, 12 years now.
Yeah.
And Joey chose my wedding date.
So far, it's worked out.
Everything Joey has said about me, about my path, has come true.
I did this to
Okay.
Ben Kane too.
He's
And
definitely
Blair.
been shaman. He's
feel
Blair's
like-
shaman, and it's weird. It's a weird thing, but he's definitely good at it. There is some woo woo, so you could believe only so much that you want to, but he's going to read your chart, and hopefully we don't go too.
Should you
Shout out to Conlon's mom for giving us an appropriate birth time.
Yes.
Should you write all of the things down that you think will happen, and then we'll see if they come true?
There's
without
two
telling
parts
Me?
to
It's,
this.
it's not like Nostradamus. It's more like this is kind of your trajectory based
windows of
Okay.
opportunity, if you will.
Yes,
Gotcha.
based off of what are probably more like your personality traits.
Okay.
On where you're at right now in space and time.
Yeah. So I can look at like who you are, what you are, and then I can look at like the application of you across time, right? Oh, are we gonna do this? Is another live? Or what
I'm
are
just
we
doing a time lapse.
Okay, cool. So Eduardo, can you blow up that left one? Because I don't need that shit on the right, to be quite honest.
Gone. There we go.
It's getting real woo woo in here.
I am mostly not a woo woo guy.
You're a scientist.
Big
I am
lid.
also very skeptical when it comes to a lot of woo woo.
Holistic health guy.
Oh, yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
look at where we are. So, if I could explain this as an interesting disclaimer to those who are also skeptical, I would be but a fool to not believe that the motions of the sun and the moon in their daily passing do not have an impact on us. Of course, it makes me go to sleep. It makes me wake up. People get real drunk and act a fool on full moons. Okay, these are weird things that just kind of happen.
Turn into a werewolf.
Yeah, some people werewolf. But to think that these larger gravitational bodies that exist out there with their own magnetic fields having some sort of an influence on our magnetic field here on the Earth and then the individual fields that we have ourselves would be kind of silly. That's like saying like I, as a larger electromagnetic field celestial body, don't have an impact on the hydrogen atoms in my little left pinky toe because I could just get a mood one day and some toenail clippers and decide to say fuck them. Like a comet may say to the Earth, so on and so forth.
So you're saying there's like scientific merit.
There is somehow that we have not quite quantified yet.
True. Okay.
The bigger things affect the smaller things, affect the smaller things, affect the smaller things. And sometimes, in some cases, vice versa. You take a couple micrograms of acid, all of a sudden it has a big impact on you.
Very true.
So bigger, Eduardo, bigger on that left hand. I don't give a shit about the right hand, but are we screen recording this?
Uranus and
Okay.
Aquarius.
So what you see on the left is your astrology wheel. This starts actually at the left at the 9 o'clock position with that funny looking M with the arrow pointing off of it. Each of these symbols represent different things. They represent the segments of the sky at exactly the point at which you were born. Now, when you were born, what is this? July 1st, 1998 at 4:41 p.m. The sun was over there closer to about the 1:32 o'clock position, symbolized by the circle with the dot. That's your sun in Cancer.
Okay.
Okay, but the horizon line, if you're following the sun, because the sun's going to move from the 9 o'clock position in the left over the horizon to the right, and it's going to set over in the right-hand side where you see that little bullhead in Taurus at the 3 o'clock position. So that's the arc of the sun over the course of the day, and as over the night, it goes from the right back down around to the left until it rises again.
Okay.
All right, so you got the sun in Cancer, which usually means you're consciously in touch with people's emotions. Now, I've said this to TK a few times.
I'm also a Cancer.
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually, I looked this up. You and TK have a shocking amount of similarities.
Wow,
I looked this
crazy.
up.
Damn.
Very romantically compatible.
Hey.
But this is usually like the sign of nurturing, the sign of motherhood. Like, I bet when you have kids, you're going to be a great dad.
Okay. Spot on.
So like you're all about like fostering growth in those people. And if anyone that like you employ or whatever, you want to make sure they're okay. And in like your friend circle, your family circle, you want to make sure everybody's okay. And if anything, you might be like overly making sure they're okay and comfortable.
Okay.
So you're very considerate of other people's emotions and how they're feeling, which is not a bad thing at all.
Spot on so far.
But there's a difference
However-
between empathy and sympathy. Me and Ben talked about this last week.
Sure. Yeah.
Because you can be sympathetic, but not necessarily empathetic.
Yeah, you
which is
cannot-
kind of like how
yeah,
I am.
I don't have to give a fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But this is also counterbalanced by like this is how your brain works. This is how your mind works. Like I want other people in my radius to feel happy, to be taken care of, because ultimately that's what's going to make me feel happy.
Yes.
But on a subconscious level, you're really just kind of calibrating things out. On a subconscious level, you might actually be like kind of emotionless or like kind of weighing how everything is reacting in your radius to find out how you're actually supposed to feel.
How about this? Would this be in line with like I feel like I almost have to like every time I meet somebody they inherently don't like me and I have to win them over.
Well, but
And be
you're a
extremely
people
nice to
pleaser.
them. Okay.
That's part of that subconscious thing. You are a peacemaker at heart.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree.
And if someone is like wants to be controversial with you or confrontational with you, that might actually piss you off because
Yeah.
they're rocking the boat and they don't need to be rocking the boat. This is the Libra moon. Okay. That is over at the 11 o'clock position where it literally says 11 and 12 with the little Omega sign. That is the moon in Libra. So like, even though mentally you're trying to make everyone feel emotionally happy, subconsciously you're a peacemaker. And the weird thing about Libra in like comparison to the entire zodiac chart, what is the symbol for Libra?
I have no clue.
It's the scales of justice.
Okay.
It is the only inanimate object in the entirety of the zodiac.
Oh, wow.
Everything else is animals, mythical creatures. Sometimes it's people. Libra is it's a robot. It's like
symbol of
not
judgment.
even. It doesn't have a soul. It's
Yeah.
just this thing that is like I am here to compute what is right and what is wrong, and that is its job. And that is like justice is blind. It has no eyes, and it is indifferent to what this party or what this party is saying, because it's not its job to really side with one side or the other. It is there to listen to both sides and to reach this point of impossible objectivity. I am to see things clearly as they are, not as you would like me to see them, not as you would like me to see them, but as they are, as a matter of fact. There is no emotion involved. It is dried out, and only what is the facts that are laid bare have any meaning. You're also a big freedom fighter. You're all about fighting for justice. Justice is part of like your cornerstone of emotion. And if there is any injustice, fuck that guy. Just like anyone who like hates you for no reason.
Okay.
So like confrontation, you will take up the charge of confrontation if there is someone especially committing some sort of injustice on somebody else, or if they're just doing confrontation for the sake of confrontation.
Okay.
Like if there's someone picking on someone or trying to start a fight with someone, you'll step in to simply equalize and stop that confrontation from happening. So that is more of the definition of the Libra moon. And how that pairs in with the Cancer sun is like, you're just trying to keep the peace.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that stuck out to me looking at this chart, there's quite a few things that stuck out. You were talking about your brothers earlier.
Okay.
Look at the 6 o'clock position straight down in the middle. You see the waves. That's Aquarius. Yeah. Now, to the left of that, you have 3 different entities. Those are your 3 brothers. This is the house of brothers, sisters, and communication. Now, you said one was computer science.
Yeah.
The house of Aquarius is of technology. So and you have 3 different entities there. Both are retrograde, or both of the major planets there are retrograde. You got Neptune going backwards. You got Uranus going backwards. And you said he's an energy. So Uranus is at home there in Aquarius. That is the sign of like electricity as it is. Like it is definitely like one of the symbols of this type of energy is the lightning bolt.
Okay.
The other thing is Neptune. Neptune in Aquarius, this is a wild card in a lot of different ways, because usually Neptune is about spirituality. Neptune is about media. This is about what you see on camera, not so much what's going on behind the camera. It is this lofty, idealistic vision. This is the 1 hour a day Conlon that you get to see kind of thing versus like, the rest of the how the sausage is actually made. So this other brother, it could be a lot of different things. It could be in media, it could be in religion or philosophy, or it could be like in a new age version of that, because the flavor of this particular energy is a little bit tainted by the whole Aquarius part of the whole thing. Then you've got the part of fortune, which, this is about cycles. This is about ending cycles, starting cycles, things happening over and over again. But that's the third part. So when you talked about 3 brothers, I'm like, God damn, it's right there. And especially you said computer science, then you said energy. And I'm like, fuck, I got to fucking say something.
That's pretty crazy.
You've got Jupiter in Pisces, which is very at home. What is that? At 27 degrees and 38 minutes, which is in the 5th house, which is a pretty good thing. That means like happy home, happy idealistic home.
Nice.
That might not necessarily be where you grew up, or maybe it was where you grew up, but it's certainly going to be the home that you wish to establish.
Alrighty.
Does that have to do with like him building his own gym and creating his own space?
Yeah.
That's a Cancer thing too.
A home gym.
Well, this is the house that is ruled by Cancer, typically.
Yeah.
Now, the way that his chart is set up, like this is the house system. Now, I pointed to that 9 o'clock position earlier. This is Scorpio, but the house system typically goes where it starts with Aries in that lower, just below 9 o'clock, between like 8 and 9 o'clock slice, where it would typically be ruled by Aries. But the way that the energies kind of play out, it's a blending of where the actual dial stopped and where a typical housing system would work. You've got Pluto in the 1st house. You're a tall guy. You've got facial hair. You can seem mysterious, intimidating voice, all that stuff. Kind of good. If you have an intimidating appearance toward other people, or I guess you would say toward NPCs in this world, where they're like, you are an intimidating person. That's not your fault. Most of the time, you're not going to give a fuck anyway, because it doesn't matter to you. No. It's like, just because I'm wearing this costume doesn't mean I'm that way. And it's in an interesting place. It's so you have Pluto, which is, it kind of gels with what you got going on. That adds to the intimidation factor of the Scorpio ascendant. But it's in the house of Aquarius, which does have to do with spiritual philosophies and a lot of that kind of stuff. It's also retrograde, which makes it super Plutonian. I get the vibe here that you don't buy into a lot of like organized religion, or you've experienced some sort of religious turmoil and transformation throughout your life.
Well, you're like a faith-driven person, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say, I don't know, maybe 50%.
Yeah, on the fence.
Yeah, I guess I'm more of like a willpower person.
Okay.
Willpower is a huge theme of that Plutonian energy. Expansive willpower.
Okay.
So another thing I saw, North Node, Virgo, 10th house. That's up at the 12 o'clock position with that little horseshoey looking thing. So this means health and fitness and nutrition. This is the house of career.
And steroids?
Well, we can probably get to that later, but like
it's in there somewhere.
This is like where like your destiny is pointed. So being in the 10th house, career, nutrition, health, wellness, fitness, this is the direction your life wants to go. This is like in line with your destiny. Damn. The fact that you have a Leo cusp on this does show like some sort of star power.
Yep.
But the thing about it is like that apparently what's designed for your destiny is to know the details within this realm. And that could be with all the business operations and stuff that you're learning right now and understanding that in a very detailed manner.
Okay.
And this is in opposition to your home life, unfortunately, or at least the like vagueness, the ambiguity, the weird cheesiness of how you sell stuff on TikTok. Like, you know, you want to grow your pencil, like that kind of stupid shit you see on TikTok.
Those AI videos
where it's like kind of trickery. Like you don't value that the same way that most other people that are just trying to make money do. You like validity. You like something that you can really like plant your stake in the ground and really believe in. That's where you're going to succeed. Other things, you got Venus in Gemini in the 7th house. You might marry into money by accident. Or
Like a divorce.
or or they could take.
Joking.
I don't really see that though. I don't see like divorce happening in that kind of sense. Or maybe she wins the lottery. It's
would
one of
be
those like
nice.
50-50 flips.
Okay.
Where it's like, you
That'd
know,
be nice.
there's
Damn
extremes.
nice.
There's extremes between like Gemini is that energy of like, you're going to love me or you're going to hate me. But being the fact that you have Venus and Gemini in the 7th house, she's very at home in the 7th house. It's a very, you have two big blessings. You got Jupiter in Pisces, huge blessing. You got Venus in Gemini, but the fact that she's in the 7th house, huge blessing. Like that, those things are really going well for you.
Nice.
One thing to be aware of, you got Saturn,
Pumping me up, man.
Saturn and Taurus in the 6th. This could be bad. This could be health problems at some point in time.
Okay,
you
well,
will
yeah.
end up coming into this.
It's already happening.
How old are you?
25.
25? As you come up to 30, it's going to kick you in the ass.
So it's already kicking me in the ass.
This is like a normal thing, though. It's but you've already know what you need to know to get ahead of it.
Yes, very true.
We had this conversation in the car earlier.
did.
But the Saturn return usually happens in like the late 20s, early 30s. It's a very transformational part of your life where karma just comes around to just kick you in the fucking dick for like 3 years. And it sucks. Or you can grow through it. So Blair had a good example. I mean, yes, there was certainly turmoil. Don't get me wrong, but you did have to like grow through and overcome some stuff. But you ended up better for it in the end, and that's what's important. Like
It
you
is.
do get the shit kicked out of you, but you end up better for it in the end. But this involves a couple of different systems that I may want to point out to you. This involves potentially the throat, the neck, the intestines. And I say those specific things because it's in Taurus. In Taurus is the throat and the neck, the intestines being the fact that it's in the 6th house. So if you have any thyroid, vocal, cervical vertebrae, or like intestinal or Crohn's or anything like that, those are the particular areas to look out for.
Okay. Okay. Good. I already take thyroid medication.
All right. Now, did you have like a thing on this as far as like, I'm going to try to keep this as quick as possible. We're going to look at daily horoscope, right?
So he's taking, that's from your birth date. Now we're
That's
going,
just your software. That's just how you operate.
Okay.
now we're going to apply it to now, like what's going on
Oh,
in space and time in
Jeez.
Colin's life now.
right now. Okay. And should I answer like this is, yeah, you're correct?
Well, you
or-
could, well, yeah, I mean, some of this is bullshit too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
It's,
I'm gonna throw some guesses
majority
out.
of it was pretty spot on. I mean,
It's kind of crazy how
some of it wasn't.
like over 50,
No, I
I would
want
say
the
like
chart.
60,
I want the
70%
chart.
usually is pretty on.
I'm more right than I'm not. But I will say some stuff that might be way the fuck off. Yeah. Or it'll be way the fuck off in 180 degrees of the direction that is 100% correct.
There'll be times when I like will talk to Joey and I'll be like, hey man, like I'm going through this thing right now. Like, should I like pump the brakes on business and like focus more on my family, or should I go all in on business? And like he'll tell me like your window of opportunity for this thing is like you should either
in about 2 weeks, you're going to have a 40-day span where you can take advantage of this opportunity.
See, there you go.
Okay.
So it's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got this other chart. So I'm gonna hurry this shit up, and we're gonna get into more shit.
Landon texted me. He's like, yo, you still in the pod? How'd it go?
I'll tell him to come up, pull up. We'll read your chart too, Landon. Next week.
We got Saturn trying the ascendant.
So happening now in Conlon's life and sort of the immediate future. What is What's on
Am
Colin's?
I getting my Instagram back?
Yeah. Is he getting his Instagram back? We need to talk about that. You losing your Instagram.
Social media would probably, I would say, be the 11th house for two different reasons. Well, two different reasons. Because usually the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, which will be that 11 o'clock portion where his little Libra sign is as it spans up to Virgo. It's where his moon hangs out. And the South Node is transiting that. So this may be a blessing and a curse for it. You're going to have to go through a lot of hoops in order to get it done, but we've already kind of talked about that.
Yep.
Not on the podcast.
You need to do this in a
about it.
selfish way. So the other thing that to think about right now is the North Node is currently in Aries, which means you do need to be acting more selfish or confrontational or any of these things that are really like against your hardwiring that makes you feel emotionally good.
Okay.
So like you will do better in this 9 more months of time to be a selfish prick.
Okay.
So this is like you kind of go against the grain of like making everyone feel happy. It's about you.
Yeah.
It's about only you. And if you were able to do that, you might actually be able to get it back. So there's a lot of things that are opposing the 11th house right now. It's that cluster in the lower right-hand portion where you've got Venus, Mercury, Chiron, the North Node. You've got Neptune that's going to be coming into Aries, I think, next year, which may also be very beneficial to this whole thing. But you may find yourself being more confrontational probably like in the next major span of your life than you have been recently.
Okay.
And that just could be about like getting what's yours and stuff.
Hey.
We've got a really nice...
That's a big part about being a business owner.
It is.
You're probably having to learn that.
Yeah. It's not one of my strong suits, but yeah, you kind of got to do it.
You got the sun in conjunction with Saturn right now. This is a temporary thing. So that's over there in that right-hand portion with the sun with the bullhead at 0. Your Saturn is natally at 1 degree of Taurus. This is an ego check. This is an annual ego check that you're running into where this may also have to deal with the health issues we were talking about earlier. Just checking your ego just so you make sure that you still take care of yourself. This is another ego check and making sure that you take care of your daily duties around the house, with the job, your daily tasks. You know how you're talking about with the David Goggins stuff and the Tony Robbins stuff and how regimented you were in your daily life? This is like a beckoning to really wanting that kind of structure in your life that you haven't had probably in a while. And it's making you aware of that. 7th house, you got Jupiter.
You got to get back on that bike in the morning, you know?
Hey. I still do that just about every morning.
Yeah.
Well, that's like one of the only things I still do.
So Jupiter and Uranus over there in the 7th house. This is good surprises when it comes to relationships.
Good.
Could
Nice.
be happy accidents.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
I'm just making sure you're aware.
Damn, son.
Well, he came here.
Hey.
We just need to make sure that he, comes over there.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I get what you mean now.
That's what it looks like. It's happy accidents. Now, it's interesting because this conjunction is at 21 degrees Taurus. And really, do you have anything else at 21 degrees? We got 11, we got 1, we got 2, we got a 27. No, nothing really majorly impacted. So maybe no happy accidents.
Ooh.
But
Well, he's got a fiancé. He's got a fiancée.
I know. But this, once again,
He's got a new job to do.
yeah. But this could be good things when it comes to the relationship. Maybe she does come into money or something. Tell her to buy some fucking lottery tickets.
will.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
When's
I
her
will.
birthday?
October 5th.
October 5th? Yeah. That's a Libra. Oh my God. Are you fucking serious right now?
What?
The emotional fulfillment he's got to get from her is pretty. I have the same thing. My girlfriend, she's my moon sign too. So it's like, I feel pretty good in my relationship.
Yeah. Mine's been difficult.
It doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't. I feel like it's not from my side, but we work through it.
Yeah. It's all about keeping the peace, right?
It is.
It's all about keeping the peace.
Yin and yang.
You find out her moon sign. We got to figure that out and tell her to buy some fucking lottery
All right,
tickets.
I will. I'll let her know.
Moon's being a transient thing over there in the 10th house. You're emotionally connected with your job right now. It's a great time to be on the podcast.
Perfect.
Great time to be on the podcast. And you're like having that ego check, but I mean, like, you should feel happy about doing this kind of stuff today.
Yeah, my ego checks. I can't walk
Yeah.
without wincing in pain.
It's reminding you to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But other than that, like things are pretty good. There's no major things that I see. Any potential conflicts coming up? Saturn transit? No.
Can you let the dogs out?
Talk to me in a year and a half about this.
I'll be right back.
Year and a half about
You're
this.
not? All right.
9 months, then a year and a half.
Should we take a break and come right back?
Let's take a break and come right back, and then we'll get into more segments.
This episode is sponsored by Core Culture. Core Culture offers premium athletic wear crafted from high-quality, breathable fabrics. They move with you, keeping you cool and comfortable during even the most intense workouts. But you can also wear them casually at, the grocery store or to work even, the office. They're great Sunday wear. Core Culture goes beyond just performance. They're committed to earth-conscious manufacturing, minimizing environmental impact with every stitch. And also, just a note, they're 100% custom tailor-made, meaning the actual designs themselves are IP that you can't get anywhere else. How would I know this? Because me, myself, TK, I'm one of the owners of Core Culture, and we spent several years developing this athletic brand. Not only do we have high-end athleisure apparel, but we also sell supplements as well. And we make all of our supplements at a NSF registered manufacturing facility. That basically means that that all the products that we make are legit. Our products are things like collagen. We have a mushroom immunity, which has some great mushroom beta-glucans. We have an electrolyte. We have phenomenal isolate proteins and even a vegan protein. One of my favorite products that we have is called Focus. It's a nootropic, super high quality stuff, premium packaging. You really can't get a better deal when it comes to supplements and athleisure. Core Culture's modern designs are fashionable as they are functional. Whether you're crushing a workout, hitting the pavement, or chilling at home, Core Culture is the perfect outfit or supplement to elevate your look and your well-being. So visit coreculture.com today and experience the difference. Core Culture, look good, feel good, do good. And use our code SUPWORKS for 20% off. And we're back. Do.
Bada bing.
So hopping back into the Conlon store, we have a few more segments we're going to do.
We searching for flavors right now on energy drinks?
No, I was checking out how
We
many
bought a
units
few
I sold on
products. How many units did you sell?
TikTok. Just off the live, I think I sold like 10 of the V1 protein, then 3 of the inspired protein.
God damn.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Way to go.
Trying to get the inspired kind of pumping and cranking on there.
We just signed Conlon up to be an affiliate of the Core Culture merchandise of the apparel, so you guys go check that out.
Yep, you'll see more on the TikTok shop.
We have great apparel at Core Culture. Shameless plug. Joey, you've worn it. I wear it all the time. I'm actually repping the shirt, one of our t-shirts today. Blair wears it.
I wear it all the time too.
Yeah, it's really great athleisure. Good pants, good
Just high
joggers.
quality.
It's if you like Ruru Rimmon, it's designed by some similar folks with similar materials.
Texture is perfect for us autistic fucks.
Anyhow, shameless plug. Sorry, guys. Back into Conlon's world.
Yeah.
So, what's on the horizon for V1?
Ooh.
What do we got going on?
Well, we might as well branch into the V1 inspired stuff.
Are there going to be collaborative products with those?
Yes.
V1
out.
So
and
there's going
inspired.
to be a liquid glycerol, and that's all I'm going to say. There's going to be a combo collab liquid glycerol. Can't really say where it's going to be launched. Can't say what's in it yet. But it's going to be a liquid glycerol with a couple ingredients you haven't seen yet.
You know, when it comes to like liquid glycerol, I'm shocked to see how many people take it like a shot.
Yeah.
When
I agree.
it's so much easier. Like if you're shaking up a pre-workout, just dump it in there.
Yeah.
That makes your life so much easier.
I think it enhances the flavor too with how sour it is.
Viscous.
Yeah.
It's thick.
I think it
kind of
makes it
tart
taste
and
almost a little
sour.
bit. Yeah.
It has a very candy like.
Are you going to make like companion flavors that maybe go along with like the that would be a kind of a smart thing.
It's going to be, it'll go along with the pre-workout flavors, and then it will be 2 flavors that we haven't done yet.
Okay.
So it'll be a little bit different.
Are they going to be more inspired style or are they going to be more V1 style?
It's probably a little bit more inspired style.
Okay.
Because you
they have
can't.
very unique flavor.
Yeah.
profiles.
Yeah. It's definitely more inspired style, but
And branding. They're very branding.
yeah. So it'll look a little bit more like inspired, but it's very cool. I can't wait to
Is that all?
bring it up. We're also
more
doing
than
a collaborative protein, but this is just between me and Inspired.
Okay.
So it'll be my select protein flavor.
Can you say what that is?
It is, I'll give a hint. It's like it's a cereal similar to kind of Special K with a kick.
Cool.
Special K.
Special
Yeah.
Colin.
Yeah. Like the little yogurt things, you know?
I'm familiar.
Cornflakes, yeah.
I'm just thinking like it was of the spectrum of cereals to
Yeah.
choose from. You're going a Special K.
Yeah, you didn't go like something candy, you know.
We got to do something a little bit different. And it's like I said, it's a little bit of a spin on a Special K. It's not totally like Special K, but we're kind of taking the name.
I think you need to
little
start
bit,
calling
you know,
yourself
special
Special,
Special
K.
I don't know how that would go over. Get
People
a
are gonna
brand
think
new,
like ketamine.
brand new audience there.
Special KJ.
Hey, Special K.
That's it.
That's what we're gonna
Special KJ.
That was the name we were thinking about. We haven't finalized the label name, what we're gonna say it is yet, but that was the first thing we were thinking.
Well, it
about.
makes sense.
Special K, and then put like a small J.
Yeah.
Red, blue,
K to the J power.
It makes sense. I'm just saying.
But no, those are the two that I'm really looking forward to. There's gonna be
This is gonna be isolate.
yes,
Okay.
So it'll be ISOPF, just a different flavor of ISOPF.
Low carb, low fat.
What's it like working with those guys?
Awesome.
It's a weird dynamic. I think it
It
kind of
is.
confuses a lot of people.
It's a little bit. It is a little bit weird, but it's almost like we are relatively opposite as far as like where our audiences are. They don't overlap. Like I'm mainly social media. I'm more of a younger crowd.
They're all retail?
They're all retail, but their branding's kind of out there. They have the more hardcore lifestyle people. I'd say is more their vibe. I think it meshes relatively well. They're different demographics that can cross either way that they want. They know the retail side. I know more social media marketing side. Kind of flip flop, and we're trying to push both brands in either direction.
And did you hang out with like their athletes and everything when you guys were at the Arnold?
Yeah,
So you hung out with Dream. Dream is a beautiful freak.
I didn't hang out with Dream. I met him.
Have
I
you
worked
seen his
booth with him.
Have you seen the content though?
Yes,
The guy is a miracle.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I don't get it because he's a big dude, but he's not like holy shit. He's doing sit ups with 405 pounds.
The guy
Like,
is strong as fuck.
Yeah.
Like he's
It's-
a big dude, but his strength is not
Yeah.
reflected by his size at
No.
all. There's a degree of wiriness within him that is just unexplainable.
yeah.
You should read his chart.
Have you not looked? Have you seen his
Yeah,
content?
seriously.
Have you
No,
seen?
I have no idea who you're talking about, but his name's Dream, which is
Dream's-
a
my
great name.
God.
He's got dreads, and then he has a long dread that it comes down and he ties it around his arm.
I've seen this guy.
okay.
I'm familiar.
Have you seen
He's-
him just like
he's
walk
crazy.
around with like 4 plates on a barbell like it's nothing?
No.
Like he does some insane stuff. He's like, oh, let me just casually walk around with this like super loaded barbell. Oh, I'm gonna sit here with it on the bench. Oh, and I'm just gonna like press it
Yeah.
up, rack it on the bench, do like 20 reps, like it's done.
yeah.
This
There he is.
fucking guy. Show
think-
him like doing
I've seen that guy.
lunges or
He did-
something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
5 plates. Holy shit.
Yeah,
You
5
and
plates.
Larry Wheels need to do a video together. It goes so easy.
Gravity has 24 hours to respond.
I think he did a video with Inspired where he put 405 in his
Look
back.
at these lunges. Oh, and
throwing
he's throwing a
medicine-
fucking medicine ball at him.
What are you training for, my guy?
The dude
awesome.
is a miracle.
One guy said, "You think badminton is a joke to you?"
225 skull
That is
crushers.
unbelievable.
Okay.
There's no reason for you to lift anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
The man
nuts.
has got strength stats like you wouldn't believe.
It's so crazy.
So when you go on you go to expos for them, are you all
Look at
like
this.
inspired, or do you like sometimes
Yeah.
sell your own stuff? Like how does that work?
I think in the future we're going to be trying to split booths.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot more information will come about what we're doing going forward.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably the next 3 months you'll probably see a lot of stuff that I don't know everything yet, so I don't want to talk about it. And 2, I don't think I'm supposed to talk about it. But we'll be doing a lot more stuff together. So I think we'll be doing some split booths. But yeah, when I'm there at the expos, I definitely try to rep Inspired. I work for Inspired, so I kind of have the obligation and duty.
Right.
I'm really trying to push them and help them out as much.
Have
as
you
possible.
seen decent like cross pollination with like your followers showing up to the Inspired booth to like come find you and see you?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
So I think it's super cool also that I was able to, one, I'm separating myself from V1 a little bit to where I'm not the face and like the only person that can sell V1. V1's starting to be able to stand on its own, which to me is the coolest thing
awesome.
I've done so far.
Yeah.
Is create something that's known enough to be its own little entity.
Are you going to pick up potentially like influencers of your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to try to do that, and then it was like, there's not many of them out there that are good.
Exactly.
Like they get
that will do work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do work / like they can have a following, but but a lot of that doesn't correlate to sales.
Not always.
So-
most of the time it doesn't.
Yeah, they just want money and that's it.
That's why like I'm pivoting towards like a lot of the influencers. Like Sammy's my dude, and then like Koga's another kind of review guy. Get Big in the 973.
You know what's
He's a
cool
great
about
dude.
y'all's like sort of y'all's sort of little segment of the supplement industry is how collaborative y'all are, and y'all are like sort of not trying. You don't mind like being in the same mix with them and competing in that way. Like I feel like Landon's one of the perfect people for you to work like that because Landon is such a
He's about the community.
he's a real dude, and he understands that other people have their own problems and conflicts, and they're all just trying to do their own thing, and it's better to work together than try to compete. I mean, I think everyone in this little world are competitive people. Like we all like sports, we like to win, but
But at the same time, we're quite neighborly.
exactly there's like winning at the old guard was win at all costs. Fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever you do to bury you. And then like the new sort of guard is we can all work together to win.
There's plenty. There's plenty of food on the table for everyone to eat.
That's true.
Like I can't talk highly enough about Landon and how awesome he's been towards me and V1. Like he's like I could tell from the gate. There's been a decent amount of people that have been trying to take advantage of me from as far as like like the beginning deal to where like let's handle your products to manufacture here, blah blah.
You'd be 3%.
Like yeah. Like I could tell off the bat, Landon truly was out to help me. And he like really didn't want anything in return, and then he brought me onto the Inspired team, and like it's just been unbelievable. I've learned so much from that dude, and he's so knowledgeable. The stuff that he's been working on, he's been working his ass off. I think you'll see by the end of the year, he's going to set Inspired and V1 up pretty damn solid.
I'm really glad he's kind of screwed his head on straight. There's a little manic time in his life, but he's got himself settled.
The stories he told me, he's gone through a lot.
I know he has.
Oh, yeah.
He's still a young dude.
Yeah, he is. He's younger than us.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, I remember going to
I keep
Vegas,
forgetting that.
Vegas with him, and I was just like, dude, you seem like you're 15 years older than me, but I know you're like 5 years younger than
I think
me.
he started in the game before me.
Oh yeah, he's
Certainly
been
younger
here
than me.
for a
I would
while.
say he was like what 2012, 2013 when Intel
think so.
first came around.
Well, I was going to say, like, well, he was like, I think he was like 20, like 19 or 20 is what I
Yes.
was saying, like younger than me when I started.
accomplished musician.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of things about him that are really interesting.
Multifaceted.
Yeah.
Very talented.
So do you want to like go over like any of your product? Like go over
I mean,
B1X?
you can find almost any video possible that you want, but I guess, I mean,
Talk to our viewers about it.
I
They
guess.
don't know who you are.
So this is V1X Prodigy, which is kind of our entry into the high stem space. I guess it's not really an entry. This is our fourth different high stem that we've done. Our first two had Iridrancis and Theophylline. So those were like powerhouses. Those really hit.
I wish there was a way for theophylline to be like truly a good dietary ingredient. And no knocking anyone who actually uses theophylline. It is an alkaloid found in cocoa. Undisputed.
Natural.
Natural.
Yeah, I mean, our whole idea behind this was to kind of go along with the V1 loaded pump and focus, to where it's same thing with Ultimate, same thing with the normal V1, still relatively loaded. We're big citrulline guys. We're probably trying to get away from it a little bit because it's so expensive, but still 8 grams of citrulline, 5 grams of beta alanine. We wanted to hit. We wanted to make you guys feel the pre, because that's a big thing, especially in retail, is people like to feel the pre.
Got
Like
it.
when I was
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Rocks, their biggest seller was Edge of Insanity.
Yeah.
It's like that thing's a little tub. Formula's not insane, but it has 9 milligrams of yohimbine.
Yeah. It's a
It's
very
like, yeah.
experiential market. They go in
Yeah.
there for what's going to rock my socks, kick me in the nuts, and pat me on the back afterwards.
Yeah. So that was the kind of whole idea. We wanted to hit. We still wanted there to be a decent little bit of pump. You're still going to get a nice little pump. Have R3 tonic in there, which I think is one of the only 2 brands that use that. It's a little bit of a nice little, we can use this.
Creatine, glutamine, and then the epicatechin.
Yeah. It's a weird combo.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, it's placebo or whatever. I feel when I take this, I can work out a little bit longer.
Do you know
my
how much
endurance is a little bit
epicatechin
better.
it delivers?
No.
All right. Well, it's part of the trademark blend.
It is. Yeah, exactly. Nobody knows that. Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, the focus is still decent on here. I'm a fan of DMAE. I don't know about you, if there's
It's
anything
not
behind
bad.
that.
It's choline precursor.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a choline source. Yeah, no, I'm a fan. This one, interestingly enough, took us 11 samples.
What's the flavor
down.
on it?
This is mango peach. We have mango peach, strawberry margarita, and
I noticed when you do
Gummy
your videos,
shark.
like most of your videos are based around flavor.
yeah. That's what sells now.
There's
Everybody
not
has-
a lot in here that would really detract from the flavor. You've got Cognatique in here at 100 milligrams of full serve. Then you've also got Synapsa, which is a 30% synephrine extract, also at 100 milligrams. You have 200 milligrams of plants in here that are potentially trying to fuck it up. Citrus aurantium is definitely helping that because it comes from a citrus plant anyway. But really, when it comes to your full scoop size, you're at 28 grams. 200 milligrams ain't shit when it comes to flavoring on that big of a scoop. So
Monster
this is
scoop.
probably like a nice experience when it comes to flavor.
That's what we wanted to keep in, I guess, mainly the V1 vibe. Because I try to nail flavors, especially now. I feel like flavors and labels is the only thing that really differentiates you.
have to.
You have to have a good flavor. So that's why I pick a lot of my formulas from what I used to do to now is I really base the formulas around good tasting ingredients or ingredients that can be flavored super easily. So I used to have like Bacopa, and that's garbage.
Not easy
Lion's
to flavor.
mane. It's like, there's a couple ingredients that's just like if you have them in there, no matter what dose it is, especially if you're trying to put that solid dose in there, it's
It's
not
not
going
that
to
they're
taste good.
bad.
Yeah.
It's just that they're taking away from something that could be that much better.
And for me, it's like if you go into the gym, it can be the most loaded pre-workout in the world, but if it doesn't taste good and I have that bad taste in my mouth, like to start the workout and it even lasts halfway through the workout, I'm not going to get the best possible workout I can.
You're surely
Yeah.
not going to get a rebuy.
No.
And you're not going to get the benefits of like Bacopa
Yeah.
in the midst of that workout. That's something that it's like you got to build it up over time.
Yeah.
Most of the clinicals are based on 90 days of use, you know, and you know, if you're working out 5 days a week, you know, you're losing your weekends and you're not going to get that same kind of effect. Lion's mane, you need at least half a gram in order to be like relevant. And that's one of those things where it doesn't necessarily taste bad.
Yeah.
It's just bland and flat.
It has an earthy taste to it.
It's earthy.
Turns it.
And it'll change the
poop brown,
color,
yeah.
and it takes away from that. But I think you've got a very manageable amount of botanicals in here.
Yeah. No, I'm very impressed and very,
So you're working on a energy drink.
yeah. So it's a little bit of a first of its kind. I don't think there's a 16-ounce can with around 100 milligrams of caffeine.
So you want something low caffeine?
Yes. I want something I can have a multiple a day.
You could
Plus a pre-workout.
yeah, and you could also load it up with all kinds of other stuff that are not caffeine. I like that idea.
I love that idea.
I like amino energies,
yeah,
but they're in the 12-ounce can. They're very good flavor profiles, but I destroy them in like 10 seconds. They're gone. So I want to be able to sip on it for a decent little bit. Still get the 100 milligrams of caffeine. Probably not going to feel it that much, but it's like it's a nice carbonated, weird flavored beverage.
and it's better than the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You can do it 0 sugar. You know, and it still works.
It tastes
Maybe
good.
it has a little bit of nootropics in there,
Kinda
help
like-
with my brain health.
Kind of like
over time.
that's what I like about Lost and Found.
Yeah.
is you can have multiple of them,
Yep.
and they're good sippers.
Yeah, exactly.
So when's that gonna come about? You know,
I'm trying by the end of the year.
this is more of like a passion thing. You're not
Yeah.
trying to like make a whole.
It's not going to be anything crazy. I don't. I mean, who knows? But I don't want to do the whole mass market thing. I think that's just a whole thing that I'm not prepared for. Nor do I want to take on that challenge.
Do you think you're
At
going
this
to
point.
sell a decent amount of units on TikTok in your TikTok shop?
Probably. Yeah,
That's-
TikTok has a lot of free shipping stuff. So
That's probably the way to go.
Probably we're going to take advantage.
That's the
yeah.
smartest way to do it, especially considering your angle.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Other than that, nothing's going to be too crazy. I mean, we have another collab in the works, a possible third collab in the works. Don't know if we're going to go forward with that one. Yeah, just going to keep cranking out as much as we can. We got that little bit of a label overhaul. Yeah, you'll see a bunch of. I mean, the coolest stuff I can't really talk about yet, but you'll see in the next couple months. It's going to come out.
Cool.
How much of this is kind of like influenced by your working with Landon at Inspired?
A decent amount. As far as like the online V1 stuff is probably going to stay indefinitely kind of my brainchild as far
Yeah.
as like the drops, the weird flavors, and
Well, I mean, like the label design and everything. Like
That's-
the little details.
that's more Landon. I'd say he's way more detail oriented than I am. I like coming up on the TikTok stuff. I just need weird flavor, be able to make a video on it and it tastes good and it's good formula. Like that's all that my audience really cares about. And I know I can sell that.
Yeah.
Because I know it's a good product. I know it's going to deliver. But when you get into retail and you get into products that people aren't really seeing you to buy it, that's where all this stuff comes into play. And like he has an eye for it. And
I mean, you're
it's clearly this label's.
spending an extra 30 to 35 cents just on that holographic
Yeah.
label itself.
So Would you consider selling that in a retail location, perhaps like the one we went to earlier today?
No, not that one.
Because because of what else he's selling, or because of the fact you don't think he can sell it?
I don't think that's the audience that I want buying this product goes in that store.
I mean, not to say that they couldn't stand to benefit from
No,
B1X.
yeah, no,
they
exactly.
certainly could.
Yeah.
But they're just not going to value it in the same way like people in your TikTok community and stuff would.
Yeah. And he's probably going to be more of a headache than he is. He's probably going to buy a case of 6 and then
Never talk to you again.
Never talk to me again, or say, hey, this is, something's messed up, and really just give me a huge headache that's not worth 6 tubs.
So we went into a store earlier today with Conlon.
We bought some items that we're going to review
Yep.
So
for the segment.
what did you get in your haul?
I got Beast Bites because we need to take it down. And then I got the product that we
Bring
are.
it out. Where are they?
Yeah.
Blair has
We
it.
can just do 'em right now.
And then I got
Honestly, I want to taste these.
I got a
beef
product
bites.
for us to review, which is Panda Supps.
I also got a handful of regret myself.
And Joey bought. Oop.
Well, that's
First
a
of all,
good
let's
throw.
talk about what Joey bought.
Or do you really want to talk about what I bought first?
Joey bought a bunch of SARMs.
So we go into this store, and I see he has a plethora of SARMs.
It's a individually owned store. It's a localized place, and he has a market for that because you have a lot of like blue collar firemen, police people.
Sure, they
Like-
want gains just as bad as anyone
Yeah,
else.
and that's definitely a demographic that goes and buys, and so like I don't have anything wrong with it. Personally.
Ladies and gentlemen, the amount of red flags on these particular products is overwhelming. First of all, they're SARMs. We know those aren't dietary ingredients, and that's a red flag right there.
They have a sign on their thing that says that though.
What?
He has multiple signs.
It has multiple signs.
He said,
Okay, but it also even says on these bottles that are obviously for oral consumption that these are not dietary supplements or for research purposes only, not responsible for injuries and may cause bodily harm. I think all 4 of those are red flags.
Damn.
But
You're still gonna take that bottle, bro.
I don't even know if I'm going to take this bottle.
I think you should.
Because here's the thing, like, shake well before use, right? Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay? I unscrew this. And I'm a stickler, right? Because I've got a lab. I understand how these things work. Homogeneity is a beautiful thing. You see these energy drinks here in front of us. A lot of the ingredients in that came in powder form, some liquid, but I have a very consistent, homogeneous blend. What is in this dropper is not a consistent, homogeneous blend. I am looking at this liquid and I am seeing chunks, which means to me that whoever put this together does not understand the fundamental principles of solubility in chemistry, because I have snowflakes in this strange liquid, and I don't know if this liquid is water or oil or what it is. And I'm not going to put it in my mouth, but I do want to do like an IR or a mass spec to potentially find out, is this guy selling drugs as products, or is he selling something that is completely bunk as products? A lot of it's TBD. I will do this. I will put some on my hand and I'll rub it. I can tell you right now, this is a water-based formula. And I don't know if the pH is right. It doesn't feel like it is. More red flags. But I'm in there and I'm like, well, benefit of the doubt. I did not open the product yet. I was like, maybe they're legit. Maybe these. And after the fact, now that I've opened these things, like, I know that they were not made in a legitimate way. There are other obvious things because this doesn't have any kind of data as far as a nutritional facts panel. These are bottles that were probably bought on Amazon or some other
They
bulk
can't though.
wholesaler.
They can't have like
There's no way
a
that this can
test.
be made
Yeah.
in a proper way. And I first went in there for the capsule one because it was, fairly cheaply priced. And he was like, you buy that liquid, I'll give you the capsule for free. I'm trying to get rid of it. And I'm like, oh God, this guy's just trying to liquidate inventory. And then he's got this other thing, an ECA in a bottle, which he's selling for $50 a bottle. We got 90 caps right here. Oh my God. So this is essentially a 3-month supply of what would indicate it to be ephedrine, caffeine, and aspirin. 2 out of the 3 are not in this bottle. I got to look at the formula, and it's N-phenyl dimethylphenethylamine, also known as Iriagerensis. You could call this N-dimethylphenethylamine if you like changing up your nomenclature. The bottom line of it is it's the same molecule. This is a monoamine oxidase inhibitor. It is supposed to be something that people consider to be a stimulant, but really it just increases the abundance of certain catecholamines like adrenaline, noradrenaline, and dopamine. Great. There are grains of paradise in here at 50 milligrams, which is a decently spicy dose. I'll give them the credit on that. And 200 milligrams of caffeine. That's it. These 3 ingredients in a 90 count for $50 cost less than $5 to make. And for the record, N-dimethylphenethylamine, citrate or not, is a flavoring agent. It has an E number. It's internationally recognized because it enhances the flavor of fish and cheese. So it's not exactly one of the best things to be putting in your pre-workout, even though there are many people that do. I understand its intended purpose for increasing, those neurotransmitters. But anyway, he gave this to me for free if I agreed to buy 2 of his products. And I haven't even bought this other one. Now, I'm assuming, based on the previous one, that it's not made properly. Because whoever is putting this stuff together does not understand solubility or chemistry. But let's just see if it's more snowflakes and some sort of a water-soluble white liquid.
I want you to take it to the dome.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for human consumption. I'm not going to do that here on the air, folks. For all of you at home that want me to take it to the dome, look.
Oh, that looks clear. That looks way
Is the
better.
bottle painted?
It's a soft touch black, which I did find to be rather sexy.
Yeah.
Now, even more disappointment here. The dosing difference.
Wait, that one's clear too. Oh, no, it's not.
These are not the same types of droppers. It looks as though, what is this? The MK, or no, this is LGD 4033.
That's the big one. That's the bulker.
No, I asked about this. Like when I was going through his bottles, I'm like, there's a difference in bottles here. Like which batch is better? These slick bottles right here or the soft touch bottles? I'm looking at this soft touch bottle. This LGD either doesn't really have anything in it. This is homogeneous. Color me impressed on this one because this looks like it might have been done right. Let's do the finger test. This is more oily. It has a faintness of menthol. I would be willing to bet this is put in mineral oil.
Maybe for like flavoring, taste, and
No, it's because of solubility. Maybe they took this into proper consideration. You're not supposed to eat mineral oil. I understand that it may be considered harmless because, you rub it on your skin.
you're not supposed to eat SARMs either.
Yeah, I know. You're not supposed to eat it. Anyway, I shamedly did a SARM haul, and I definitely think that's not legit. This one may be legit, but it's in mineral oil. So, like, I mean, it's a better attempt. If it was olive oil, it would be better than this. But mineral oil, like, come the fuck on.
Take it for a month and report back.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to send it off to a friend who's going to do some testing on it. I don't want to bust these guys because this is actually a house brand of the store we went to, and I don't want him going to jail for no fucking reason because I know his store isn't profitable.
He just bought it in January.
Yeah.
So.
It's not anything I want to enforce, and I wonder if like anyone at the FDA like has the same kind of conflict. Like this guy isn't making money. He's doing something highly illegal, and he's not making money. Like that's probably why some of these guys get away with it because they're not a big enough fish on the radar financially, probably to really make a difference.
Okay, so enough shitting on the local guy.
Sorry, I have shame for purchasing them.
Well, you did purchase them,
I did.
Yeah.
so
I felt like it was a donation.
guys, friends over at Panda Supps. I got to meet these guys at Expo West.
I wonder why they chose a bull for their pump.
I don't know.
Bulls get pumped.
Really nice
Yeah.
guys. I got to meet them, and I thought they're great. So let's go ahead and do a review.
Throw it over to Conlon.
Yeah,
Sure.
hit me up. We're doing a cool project with these guys soon.
Oh, really?
FYI.
You guys are? Mm-hmm. They are all over the place.
They are. All right, we got blackberry lime.
Do you have a shaker? You have a Gila mix? What's in there?
I do. This is just water.
Okay.
I've been drinking out of this. Is that okay?
Yeah, let's mix it up and then pour some into cups.
Back to Gila Mix Coke KJ.
Oh, we did.
20% off.
There you go. Gila Mix KJ.
Never mind.
We also got another shaker that we bought just for fun.
Let's go, Brandon. I like that one a little bit better.
Let me see it. Woo!
Potent, is it?
Nice fresh tub smell.
Eduardo said, "Who's Brandon?"
No.
Well, I wonder how long he's had this. It's a little.
Is it expired?
No, 2025.
Okay, we're good.
No, solid. Is this glycerol in there?
What's the formula?
No, interesting. We got 10,000 milligrams of L-citrulline malate, 2-to-1 ratio. 2,500 milligrams of betaine anhydrous, 1,000 milligrams of taurine.
Not bad.
Alpha GPC at 50% at 600 milligrams. Lion's
Good.
mane mushroom extract, 500 milligrams. Pine bark, 250. Pink Himalayan sea salt, 250. Cognatic, 100. And estrogen, 50. And a mento pump at 50.
There's really nothing to hate on there.
No, it's solid. I've taken this. It works.
All right,
good.
let's mix it up and taste it. What was the question, Dordo?
Should he do a video right now, like live?
Yeah, he's basically doing a Conlon
Yeah.
review. Let's get the
Exactly.
All right, here, you just put it in.
Gila
there.
mix?
Yeah,
We're going Brandon?
Put it in the
Gila
Gila mix and
Or you could dump your
have any
Gila
more.
mix into Brandon,
No,
whatever,
he's-
however
just
you
let
want to
him
do
the
it.
Gila mix.
So you're one of these Gila mix athletes, right?
Yeah.
What makes the Gila mix so impressive?
So what I like to
No
say,
balls?
no balls, is I really don't give a shit about the technology. I think the design is sick.
I think the design is sick and it's novel enough where I'm just like, okay.
I like consider like the plastic quality to me between this and that is night and day. This
That's
is
true.
like way better.
You got a little symbol on the bottom that tells you what kind of plastic it is. You got this one's PP, polypropylene.
No clue.
That's I bet it's PET.
number something.
That's PET, I would assume. It's so clear and
Is this
Yeah,
is yours
yeah.
BPA free?
It might say that it is, but it's probably not. Oh yeah, it does. It says
Ooh,
it's,
wow.
well, you never know. BPA free.
Go one.
Is yours BPA free?
We got 2 perfect scoops. Everyone knows the rules.
Is that the serving size?
Yeah, 2
Let me,
scoops.
let me take a look at that
No,
scoop.
Colin
there.
says 2
Oh,
perfect
this
scoops.
scooper.
2
Yeah.
perfect
Are
scoops.
You guys say
You,
one perfect scoop. Everybody knows the rules.
Are you a light fluffer on your scoop? Or are you a packed, flat, and level guy?
I'm just a light fluffy. Yeah, I do a little level action.
I feel like there's people with different schools of thought. I pack the shit out of it, but then I level it off.
We all know Joey's a shit packer.
But
And
isn't
a
that,
leveler. I'm also a shit
what's
leveler.
what's the idea behind that?
Because there's a lot of room for interpretation when it comes to the scoop.
So you want to pack? You want to really get mad at those guys because they're putting 25 servings?
Look,
with
man,
it.
That's exactly why.
We've gotten product before where they're
Just
just
trying to
like
find something wrong.
They're a light
Dumb,
fluffer, and I'm like, the
Yeah.
fuck is this? You're under your scoop weight, you know.
Pour some in here.
So I pack it up next to the side like that, scrape it up. This is my method.
Okay, that's not bad. I thought
So
you were like
I'm-
really
I can get
packing it.
more of it, you know.
What flavor is it?
Blackberry lime. I don't think I've had this flavor.
Lime.
I might have had this
I
flavor.
would not have comboed those, but here we are.
I think it's pretty good.
Hit me up.
It's got that chalkiness
Yeah.
that a lot of pump
It's the
products
fucking
have.
lion's
I-
mane.
I don't mind it. If it's the right flavor, I honestly like that little bit of chalkiness.
Kind of has a creaminess to it.
Very bold. That's a blackberry up front, a little bit of lime on the back end.
Yeah.
It's quality. I like that little bit of chalkiness.
You know
A lot
my
of people might
problem
not.
with this?
I don't got any problems with it. I like
I got a
it.
problem with this. No acid.
You don't need acid in it.
It would be nicer with acid.
Nah, it just makes it give more like a candy tartness to it. It doesn't-
I'm looking at this.
I like the
silicon
creamy.
dioxide, natural
It's very-
flavors,
it's very
sucralose,
smooth.
ACE K.
Yeah.
The only thing, my only complaint is no acid. Which is, if I'm going to complain and no acid is my complaint, I mean, it's not this fucking guy not knowing his solubility making his SARMs at home. This guy's like, no acid. Okay, fine. That could be a matter of opinion. Which okay.
I don't think a pump pre-workout like a non-stim needs an acid personally.
I think it's just a matter of the flavor. Like, it's flavor. Like acid and flavor go together. Acid, flavor, sweetness.
So like it
You have
heightens them out
three-
of the blackberry notes.
It depends, because you could also heighten the lime. If we go with citric acid, then we're heightening lime. Tartaric, we're heightening blackberry. I would probably do a mixture of both.
Okay, I got a question for you guys. I've got a couple questions.
Okay.
Is it nitrosogene or nitrosigene?
Nitrosogene.
Who the fuck says nitrosigene?
Lots of people say lots of different things.
Is it cogna IQ or
Okay.
cognetic?
I call it cognitique.
Or cognitive?
I think cognitique sounds way fucking better.
I like cogna
Maybe if there was
IQ
an
because
E
it's
at
a
the end.
nootropic.
Yeah. I'm a cognatic.
We should have a whole
We're
thing.
three
We should
different
have like a whole
perspectives
That's
here.
segment
weird.
on like how
That's
do you
weird.
Read this word.
how do you pronounce these some people call bioperin bioperin.
Yeah. I say bioperin. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We call it bioperin.
Is there a chunk?
Did you get a chunk? Oh no. Joey drank my
I
dick.
got the excipient. Or not the desiccant packet.
That is my rogue pouch. Dude, I'm getting you back for giving me that fucking niacin last week.
This was planned.
No, it wasn't. But you gave me a whole gram of niacin last week.
I got nicotine in my pump.
Wow.
How did this happen?
Because I don't know, but I like spit.
You just got
you got my
TK'd.
cup. That's my spit cup right here. Yeah, you just drank my spit. Gross.
Damn.
No wonder why it was so foamy.
He's like, that's why he wants more acid.
Damn, that niacin, that came back. So y'all don't know.
Wow.
Last week he was gonna give me a Finabit to go before we go to this concert, and he gave me a one of Joey's capsules, one of his random pills that he gives people. And I take it, and 15 minutes later,
I can't believe this just happened.
Wow.
my fucking ears are on fire, and I'm going to this fucking concert with a gram of niacin. And now you got
I didn't mean that. I got my graham capsules mixed. I'm putting my trash in this cup now.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. You did that on your own.
the
It's two
universe
little-
has
two
its
little
way
accidents.
of writing things.
That's disgusting and hilarious.
It's always got to be something. Oh, God.
All right.
I thought it was the desiccant packet, but it was worse. It was worse.
You still think it needs more acid? There's a lot
It
of
might have just been the excessive amount of saliva that was in it.
Could have been.
wow, that's a first for me. That's a first.
It's a first for the show.
Yeah. It's like when you go on tour. I used to be in a band, you go on tour, it's like, yeah, like we're friends. I've seen that guy's butthole. Don't ask me how or why. But like it's like, yeah, I've drank his spit.
Didn't mean to, but things happen. All right, so that was interesting. We actually have a product here that we really don't have that many complaints about.
That's a great product.
Fuck
you
you
guys.
guys. Check them out.
I don't know what the other two are
Panda
that are
subs.
better than those. They're better than that one, but
We'll do the next segment where we just talk about the Beast Bites, then we'll get on to is
That's
it bullshit?
bullshit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it that's bullshit or is it bullshit?
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit.
I mean, maybe it's not.
Well, there's some things that he grabs sometimes that are valid.
True.
So are we asking, is it bullshit, or are we just saying
Maybe we
know
retitle it
is
to
it bullshit?
bullshit or not. I don't know.
Deal or no bull.
So Price Plow did like a whole expose on this of how Now Foods published an article about testing multiple creatine gummy products. And I think it was like over half of them came back having no creatine in them. And this particular product, and just to add to that, I think this brand or some other brand, someone sent them like a cease and desist and told them to put that publication down, which it's no longer on the internet.
What?
Yeah. So there's something happening in the legal sense that there's a battle going on behind the scenes about whether or not this product, which is hotter than a rocket on TikTok right now, and if you go on TikTok, you'll slide through there and like 3 out of 10 lives will be some clown with this on a fucking lazy Susan talking about how this is your new method of getting creatine. But the publication basically said that this brand specifically has zero creatine in it.
The thing that I don't totally understand is it possible that they did indeed put creatine in there?
Yes.
But it's the fact that after a couple weeks or a couple months, it's
not even that.
denatured and it's now 0.01 grams per gummy.
It's not a matter of denaturing. But all right, so may I read the ingredient panel so I can verify that this is true or not?
Well, I'm going to eat.
Yeah, I want to taste a couple
That's
too.
4 gummies in a serving. I'm going to eat them.
Yeah,
Go ahead, give him 4 gummies.
I like the way they look and they feel, though.
full tub, 5 grams.
They're like tiny little breast implants.
Yeah, they do look like little breast implants.
Get your little tiny breast implant gummies. Let me see the lid.
Still can't believe you drank my spit.
I
They would've
can't
made
believe I
these.
drank your spit. That happened.
You'll get over it.
I'm pretty well over it right now, but
They're good.
It tastes good.
in the moment that was shocking.
Was it spicy?
I thought it was foamy. I thought it was oddly foamy, but it was all your saliva floating on top of that pump product. And then I caught it and I'm like, oh, it's a desiccant packet. Why is it so smooth? And it's like, that's my rogue pouch.
Not bad.
That is like drinking someone's chewing tobacco.
This tastes good.
These in the fridge would be very good.
Okay. Other ingredients, maltol, vegan pectin, sodium citrate. There's your red flag right there. Xylitol, citric acid. There's your second red flag. We got some flava. We got some color. We got carnauba wax and cornstarch, and they do that so they don't stick together in the tub. The 2 red flags, the sodium citrate, which may actually buffer against acidity, but then they have also got citric acid. Before they're in gummy form, they're in liquid form. So they're mixing these things in giant vats. Now, when they put the citric acid and all the flavoring and stuff in there, it changes the pH of the liquid. So it goes from a neutral pH and it drops it down. So you're on the acidic end of the spectrum. When you take creatine monohydrate and you add that into it, it converts it into another molecule. The creatine, which once was like a linear molecule, will cyclize onto itself and make a ring, forming this downstream metabolite called creatinine. Now, the cool thing that may actually vindicate a lot of these people in this case is the fact that they just didn't understand the acid-base chemistry and what creatine does when you add it into acid, that it does that. If they were to run a follow-up test, that if now foods could test these products for creatinine, it would show that the manufacturers were just kind of being dumb, that they were, with all the good intentions, doing the right thing. They actually put creatine monohydrate into these gummies. They just weren't aware of how it behaved in an acidic environment and turned into creatinine. So is it degrading? Kind of not, because atom for atom, all that stuff is still there. It's just in a different form. Now, when you ingest any kind of creatine monohydrate, odds are whenever it goes into the harsh acidity of the stomach, and this is where you get like, oh, my tummy hurts and I can't take creatine because it's forming creatinine. But what a lot of people don't know is as soon as your stomach empties the contents of this acid into the small intestine, in come the bile salts and everything that comes from the gallbladder to neutralize the stomach acid. Otherwise, you'd burn the shit out of your intestines every time you digested something. And it turns that pH neutral again. So what this does is it swings the chemical equilibrium back from the acidic end of the spectrum back into the neutral end of the spectrum, which can turn that creatinine back into creatine again. And then you absorb it, and creatine does all of its magic. And for all of the decades and decades of creatine use, that's how it's been. And other companies have tried to come in here and they're like, well, we're going to add baking soda to it. And we're going to fight the acidity of the stomach, which is like putting 1 bucket of water on a house fire. It's just not enough. So, buffer creatine really, it's false hope for the most part. And there are other mineral chelates of creatine that actually do survive in the pH of the stomach, and those can get through just as well. But the thing about creatine is, you can swing that acid-based chemistry one way or the other. Like we're in some cases, like the magnesium chelate, it loves an alkaline environment where, and then you've got things like citric acid. So if you're taking creatine monohydrate and putting it in something acidic, it'll turn into creatinine. But once again, we're all the way around. Once you get to the bloodstream, it will turn into creatine again. That is my hypothesis, that these guys are trying to do the right thing. I don't think they're not putting creatine in the product. I think they are putting creatine in the product. They just need to test these things for creatinine to find out if that's what's in there.
So then with the claim of 5 grams of creatine,
Still hold true.
yeah. So since they did technically put
If they
creatine in
can
here.
forensically find 5 grams of creatinine in there, yes.
Well, then it's just on their manufacturer for not
Knowing chemistry.
not retaining the correct pH during the liquid process.
But therein lies the dilemma. On a federal level,
Just eat another one.
Wow.
you have the obligation to meet your label claim.
Yeah.
So they want you to test and make sure that you're meeting label claim. That's great. But on the state level, there are different ordinances for acidified food and beverages. So when you have something that needs to have like a 2-year shelf life, you need to drop the pH of that stuff below a certain level. Usually it's at least below 4.1. In some states, it's as low as 3.6, in order to inhibit microbial growth, because bacteria can't survive in certain pH ranges. And that's what gives you that shelf life, other than adding preservatives and stuff that may also inhibit bacterial growth. So on a state level, in order to put this stuff into the marketplace, you have to be in a certain pH range. But on a federal level, you've also got to meet label claim. And these two different goals are kind of in opposition to each other, because you can't put a creatine gummy on the market while meeting state and federal regulations at the same time, unless you do some sort of technological innovation, which, hey, I'm totally capable of. If you want to make a good creatine gummy that tests out on the federal level and meets your state requirements, hit me up.
Interesting.
Pump gummy, I think, would be cool.
A pump gummy would be great.
But like you could just, how much can you put active ingredients into gummies? Because I've heard a lot of different things.
I bet you could fit a gram of nitrates and still hit these pH levels.
in one single gummy.
No, probably
maybe
like
not.
I was saying how many
6 or
actives in a
8.
single gummy.
3. I bet 3 you could pull it
3
off.
gummies.
Yeah.
So like about 350 milligrams of active ingredients per
Are you
gummy.
saying you want to do V1 Nutra pump gummies?
I mean, I played around with the idea. Yeah,
Oh, let's fucking
Jeff
fucking go.
knows a gummy manufacturer.
Okay.
They do Kevin Hart's gummies.
Kevin Hart has fucking gummies.
Yeah,
I wonder if there's actually
does he have
120
gummies
in there.
for?
he has a whole supplement line.
Oh my god.
It's Vitus. It's Vitus something. I forgot what it's called.
He also co-owns.
C4.
C4,
Smart
Oh,
energy.
yeah.
All right, so this might be bullshit. Probably is.
It's a game
But it
changer.
may not. It may not. It will take
Look at their TikTok. They've sold like
a
2,000.
clever creatine detective in order to.
Okay, well
This first comment on their video, make it 5 grams of creatine per gummy. Clearly, you don't know how fucking mass works.
The gummy's like a
Hold 5
gram.
grams of creatine in one hand and 1 gummy in the other, and tell me if that volume equation works.
But that's who we're dealing with. That's the TikTok consumer.
It's
Yeah.
fucking clownery.
This moves us to our next segment. Is it bullshit? So we'll pull up a TikTok of Beast Bites since we're talking about it.
Boom.
And how many have they sold in the past? You can look at the store. How many have
Can
they
you
sold? in
even
the past?
tell?
They might have taken one of their listings down, or it got taken down. But I remember they were up to at least 40,000 tubs sold at one point, early on TikTok Shop.
That is phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't know what they are at now, but
They had, I think, 5,000 in the last month on Amazon last I checked.
jeez. Now they're going to retail, so
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, absolutely killing it. That's for sure.
I think they're from Michigan too. I think they're a Michigan-based company.
102,000 sold.
Yep.
102,000 sold for
How much do you think their cost is?
$24.29.
How many gummies per serving? 4?
4.
So it's 30 serves?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty fucking cheap. I mean, maybe
Less than $10 a tub.
yes, less
Yeah.
than $10 a tub.
Damn.
All right. Let's play the video. Turn it up.
See, now why does that say 150 gummies? Did they change it to 5 grams or 5 gummies per?
Maybe.
Interesting.
You gonna finish that drink?
God, this is unbelievable.
You can have it. I really want some water, actually. I've eaten like 7 of these gummies.
They're good. They nailed that part.
So we just
Turn it
found
way
out
up.
that since TikTok is promoting TikTok Shop, they're giving out crazy coupon codes for anyone that wants to buy the viral creatine gummies through the
Creatine.
TikTok Shop. This money is coming from TikTok, so I'm not really sure how much the coupon code is or when the coupons end. So click on this orange button and let us know in the comments below how much TikTok is offering you when you go to buy one. So we just found out.
Or did you decide you didn't want that one?
Oh yeah, they have sleep gummies now too.
Okay, let's just pick some
Yeah,
random.
gummy melatonin has been around for a long time.
Pick some random one and.
The most proven supplement for muscle growth is creatine. Creatine gives your muscles the
Testosterone.
energy it needs to recover
Pause.
and grow.
I thought you
Keyword
can't sell things exclusively for muscle growth on the TikTok shop. I thought that was a no-no.
It depends on how you word it. Usually, if you say it in the video, it's not bad. But if you put it in the comments or in the text or anything, you can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like thermogenic fat burner, totally against.
But you can maybe say that in the video. You just can't write it.
Usually, the fat burn's the only thing that I've seen is like you can't say it, you can't type it, you can't do anything. If you say fat burn, you're getting the video taken down. The muscle one, I think, is a little bit more lenient.
Okay.
Yeah.
Muscles can't grow if they're not recovering, and when you go to the gym, you're constantly exhausting them. So naturally, creatine is an essential component of muscle growth in the gym. Eating just 5 of these gummies per day is going to get you your daily dose of creatine. It's going to make you stronger in the gym. You will see an increase in muscle growth.
Holy
and the
shit.
best part is it's completely safe to use and delicious. Get your creatine infused.
That before and after was nuts.
What's crazy is the structured label claims that are the claims that they make. They could just say outlandishly. Just
4
say,
weeks later, he got a tan too.
Yeah.
His pecs are huge.
I don't think that's 4 weeks of creatine gummies. Call me crazy, but there's a lot going on there.
Some Captain America shit.
Yeah, I don't think so, buddy.
I think that before and after photos bullshit.
Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
some trend gummies.
All right. Well, let's go on to the next one, Dordo, because I guess we are on. We all know it's bullshit. All right, next
I'm actually
video.
about to get that Gluck Gluck 9000, but Shotty's mouth
Oh, God.
feels like sandpaper. These puppies come in. Oh, when I tell you these things are a lifesaver, listen, you pop one of these in your mouth and it literally just makes it water. Like, and I'm not just talking a little bit. When you get these, you get different strengths. So this one's like the middle one, but the highest one, get that thing flowing like Niagara Falls. I'll track these down below. Get these for your girls so your skin flute don't get skinned.
Skin flute.
Oh
don't
my
get
God, they're
skinned.
using this to promote blowjobs.
Yeah.
Blowjob
And the
man.
funniest thing, it's a dude promoting it.
Of course.
Dude, probably to other guys.
Yeah, he's saying get it for your girl.
So it'll be like Niagara Falls in your mouth.
Unlike not sandpaper mouth.
Yeah, Blair has some. You know, she's been doing them Glug Glug 9000s apparently.
Does it work?
So I've actually seen this product before because Blair actually got some. And I think these were originally made to prevent cottonmouth from
Because
smoking
Blair
weed.
tried it out.
Why did you buy it, Blair?
Because I like these.
Because it's by the because
So
we bought it before this whole marketing thing. She bought it because
years ago.
She bought it off of
because-
TikTok.
because it's interesting because it has this one ingredient that's really interesting.
the electric daisy, Spilanthes acmella, it's used in a couple of different test boosters. I've also used it in fat burners before because it has this compound in it called spilanthol. And spilanthol is it's what you would call like a sensory flavor type of experience.
It like
So-
numbs your mouth.
Not exactly. Not exactly. So like you're familiar with like capsaicin. Capsaicin spicy.
Yeah.
It heats your mouth. Menthol is cooling and it cools your mouth down. So if you have a drink or like a vape of something with menthol, it has that cooling effect on your mouth. Spilanthol is in this third category, which is tingling or electric type sensation. And I've used it before in a formulation of an electric lemonade that we did. But what it does is it creates the sensation of electricity running across your tongue, which is like, you have to experience it to believe it because, it sounds weird. It does increase salivation. So, as far as like the intents and purposes of that product of increasing saliva in your mouth and not having cotton mouth, yes, it does that. So that product is not bullshit. And it's actually kind of neat because it works on what it is a trigeminal stimulant. So there are nerves that go from your mouth parts to your brain to tell you, if you're fucking eating poison or not. And basically, like it creates these different signals that are not flavors, but they are really more like a stimulus,
A sensory.
like a sensory kind of thing. Like it's more of a touch than it is a taste.
We've had the little flower before, right? What's that little flower that like that changes?
that is the electric daisy. It's the Sichuan button, or Spilanthes acmella.
I had a shot in Denver one time where they give you like some drink that it was like Jägermeister or something with like rum. And when you took the little button and then you drank it, it tasted exactly like Dr. Pepper.
I wouldn't be surprised to hear that. It's actually like a really cool idea that you're going to take this trigeminal stimulant that like electrifies your whole mouth and makes you salivate, and then you can consume alcohol like it's nothing. It's also a flavor modifier in that sense, like it can make things taste differently.
Well, and really enhances the experiences of a Glug Glug 5,000. What was it? Glug Glug what?
Convince me. I'm gonna snag some.
It's pretty cool.
Hey, we should buy some for next month or for next week. Oh, Blair already bought some, so we got some for next week.
We have dogs in the studio.
Next week you're gonna get landed on
In
this?
case you don't know.
Hey, no.
Hey. Sorry, audience. We got a tattoo parlor next door, and sometimes people hang out on Fridays, and the dogs don't like that.
They kind of spook the dogs.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next video.
So that is legit, and we actually bought some, so we'll have some next week with Landon.
Oh, neat. Oh, he'll love that.
What are they called?
They're called
Flint's Mints.
What mints? Flint's mints. Cool packaging, too.
They're probably from Flint, Michigan.
Do not take cardarine. It will give you cancer, says the government. Cardarine dramatically enhances endurance and fat burning. It induces metabolic adaptations that are extremely appealing to all athletes, including bodybuilders.
You said fat burning.
Is it worth the risk?
You did.
Well, the rodent cancer study that is
Pause.
the primary cause for concern.
The rodent cancer study is a real thing. Cardarine GW50156, which was modeled after a different compound called 5-aminoimidazole carboxamide ribonucleotide. You're welcome.
Gosh.
Christ. Well, this is something I've taken on multiple occasions.
It's also called ACAR. This is a short name. This is a synthetic derivative of a natural ingredient, and it did, in a rodent study, cause multiple organ cancer. Multiple organs all at one time. But for it was available at the store that we went to earlier today, and people use it for fat burning kind of stuff because it activates a specific gene pathway called PPAR delta, which is like a holy grail of like fat burning kind of ingredients that you want to hit that particular gene pathway in order to both turn on fat burning, carbohydrate burning, activate PGC1 alpha, which makes you create more mitochondria. It's a great idea.
This is what like L-Beta does. And
Kind of. Yes, L-Beta does hit the same gene pathway.
do you say L-Beta or L-Biba?
I said Biba.
I'm a babo.
That's a whole podcast episode.
But yeah, it's weird because translational medicine is a weird bitch because you use a model system like a rodent. They have a way faster metabolism, shorter lifespan, all these different things. But it's more often than not that what happens in these smaller model system studies does not translate to humans. However, due to the fact that these things had multiple organ cancer, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable taking that risk.
Well, this is a minute-long TikTok, so let's go and play it. We're only 18
And the government didn't say it. This was a published study.
Relatively high human equivalent dose for the majority of the rat's lifespan. Most bodybuilders aren't taking cardarine at this dosage or duration. And other studies actually indicate that cardarine has anti-cancer effects. This ambivalence in the research is quite analogous to growth hormones' impact on cancer. In both compounds, there are numerous mechanisms of action at play, the totality of which is too complex to draw any definitive conclusions. But if cancer remains a concern, SR9009, or stenabolic, provides essentially all the benefits of cardarine, but the research more
Can also make you blind.
demonstrates it to be anti-cancer.
Also
But
taking that.
You're not even
SR9009
talking about it can make you
has
blind.
bioavailability, which is why Swisschem doesn't even carry it. Instead, it provides SR9011, which is effectively the bioavailable form of stenabolic.
You
Personally,
mean
this would be my
these guys are selling fucking Starms on TikTok?
Yeah.
On that Natty Plus protocol?
We're obviously not in the right segment of this business.
The thing is, like, this guy is trying to like condemn one SARM while promoting another one.
Don't do it. I took them all. They didn't do anything.
Joey bought them all
Yeah.
earlier.
I bought two different ones, and neither of them are cardarine. And that poor motherfucker doesn't have SR 9011. He's got 9009.
Have you taken?
I believe that both of them have odd effects on the rhodopsins and stuff of the retina, and that it does like seriously have a long-term impact on ocular health.
Damn.
Like I said, it could make you blind like a couple of times during that video.
You did some stuff with NASA with like eyesight, right? Like you
Yeah,
really went down this wormhole.
I fucking know how eyeballs work.
Yeah. So is it bullshit?
The government didn't say that it causes cancer. That was in a published peer-reviewed clinical study. I do not know about the efficacy of SR 9011 because like I haven't really gone down any of the SARM rabbit holes lately. But I know that 9009 has drawbacks. I know that Cardarine allegedly has drawbacks. He's right about some of the things where he's like trying to like vindicate it because translational medicine like has the same problems I was talking about earlier. Like the dosage translation doesn't always happen and the effect translation doesn't always happen. But that doesn't mean it's going to be like completely harmless. More studies need to be done, and you're going to find. And if anyone's going to be speaking from any kind of soapbox about studies and stuff like this, more research needs to be done to identify what's truly happening. Yeah,
I'd probably say bullshit on all of it.
I don't think
everything.
I think
we don't even know what's in there is actually in there.
Well, I think it's fucked up that you can't sell fat burners on TikTok, but you can huck SARMs. What the fuck?
Well, I don't
Where
know.
are you, FDA?
The last one said fat burner, and this one's selling SARM. So apparently, there are people still getting away with.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's not policed evenly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some offenders and some just get away with shit.
Is this the same fucking guy as last time?
Let's see the views. What's the views on it?
51 comments.
12,000.
12,000. Sheesh.
6,000 shares.
Zinc saved me from getting sick for 3 years. My whole family takes these now. Lion's mane. I could remember every sentence in the encyclopedia. Solving
Get the fuck out of here.
I love the
Every
images.
sentence.
Zero brain fog and sleeping 8 hours consistently. NZT 48. This shit is crazy.
We remember that. We already took that one down.
Einstein mode. Damn, I need some NZT.
Einstein.
Do you want to look at this formula?
We already did this whole thing.
yeah,
It's
We've
bullshit.
done
alignment.
NZT 48, but go ahead and show Conlon.
Isn't NZT the literal what they call the limitless?
I
from
guess
the
they
movie?
bought the trademark
Yeah.
rights,
Oh,
or
they
maybe
did?
they
Yeah.
called it 48 or whatever.
NZT 48.
This is such a piece of shit.
That's hilarious. $60.
$60. What does he get for $60?
Viral
on
ticket, a
TikTok.
30-day supply.
None of the supplement facts are there. They don't want you to see it.
New
You're gonna have to
upgraded
scroll a while to get to the ingredient. Oh wait.
Ginkgo.
There it
Ginkgo
is.
biloba.
Go up.
The enough.
Go up again. Up again. There it is. It's hiding right there. Hit that plus
LOL.
sign.
Oh, it's a nice little blend.
Go ahead. Take it down.
Alpha GBC is the first ingredient, and it has somehow a little bit of alpha UM.
What's EGCG, Joey?
Epicatechin or epigallocatechin gallate, which is the primary
Photonine.
antioxidant from green tea.
Acetyl L-carnitine and acetyl L-tyrosine.
It's got phosphatidylserine.
Yeah, this is probably like the most underdosed nootropic of all time.
It's one capsule.
Yeah. Like you can't even. Is it a 00 or 000
Who fucking
or
knows?
single 0? Because it could only be 500 milligrams of all of those.
Look at the beginning of the list and look how far down it is until you get to caffeine.
Oh, I didn't even see there was caffeine in there.
So it's number 3 in the list.
Okay.
Now they could have
So there's probably 200 to 300, or maybe no, probably not
they
even.
could have a decent dose of GPC. Granted, it's probably 50%. My problem when we looked at this the first time, look at the end down there. Like, how do you label rhodiola? How do you
EXT?
label Mucuna pruriens? How do you label Ribosine? How do you label ashwagandha? How do you label ginkgo biloba?
They spelled ashwagandha wrong.
Bacopicide is not even a real thing.
Yeah. Just B complex.
Because of the virality of this product, like the FDA should get involved in stuff like this, where it's like, hey, I see you're being wildly successful on TikTok.
That'll work for me.
We would like you to clean up a few
Oh,
things.
it's loud ringing in my ears. Dina. Damn, girl.
I love these reviews. They're all one star.
Doesn't work.
Oh,
Yes.
these are the 1-star reviews?
It doesn't work. She said there's a loud ringing in her ears. Deanna. It is BS. Yeah, we literally did that. It is bullshit.
Give me the worst headache. Absolutely nothing. completely.
See, these are what are called nocebo effects, where they take something that is like so horribly underdosed, where they're manifesting negative symptoms, which probably have little to nothing to do with this bullshit nothing pill.
Wow.
Customer service is not fun though.
Nope.
It blew my mind when I got into like running my own business. How
much people complain about
yeah, but it's like
things.
I don't want to say dumb, but it's like how dumb people are. Like people can't find their package in the mailbox. Yeah. It's like my package isn't delivered. I'm like, well, it says delivered in the mailbox. Have you checked your mailbox? And then the email back, oh, I didn't. Thanks. It's like, why do I have to send emails about that? It's like that's like the first thing you should check.
Like your
It's
mailbox.
like, what the hell? And that's happened
It's where
on
your mail goes.
It's like multiple occasions. I don't get it.
Oh boy. All right. We'll save those for a later date, Eduardo.
First 28 hours.
Is there anything you'd like to plug before we wrap this up?
Code KJ on just about anything you could think of.
Like
I
Helix?
have a bunch of codes out there.
Like
a
core
bunch
culture?
Core culture
Probably.
apparel?
Do you have your own code for your own brand?
Yeah.
And it's just KJ?
Yeah. Almost anything. You can it probably works on 20 different brands.
How much do you get off on your own product line? Do you get like 30% on KJ on V1 Nutra?
15%.
15 is pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's not bad. Takes it down a
What's
little
your
bit.
deepest discount code that you have
Do you
anywhere?
pay yourself that?
I don't. I do a little bit on
It just
TikTok.
feels nice.
Yeah.
I do a little bit on
to use
TikTok
the code.
because then I know they're actually coming to me and like buying it off my video. But no, my deepest discount code V1N24 is a one-time 24% off code you can use.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you have to listen to this podcast to get that.
Yeah. If you want that,
Check out his stuff.
I'll put a quick 25% off code. Supp works for anybody that wants Supp works.
Oh, wow.
I'll do that right now.
V1 Nutra, 25% off. Supworks.
Easy money.
SUPPWORKS.
You can find that at v1nutra.com.
Wait a second. This is the best story that we did not talk about that we are saving for last. Tell us about what happened to
Oh,
your
the Instagram.
Instagram account.
We'll do a super quick summary. I didn't technically get hacked. I got suspended by somebody that was posing as somebody that could get Instagrams back by other famous influencers posting on their story. Me thinking with 115,000 followers, I should probably have somebody like that in my back pocket, just in case it happens.
It's like when you're going out, you're going to do some drinking, and you hear that radio, that you see that billboard being like, in jail? Call this number. So you're just like, oh man, I need to like take a picture of that real quick because I'm probably going to get crunked tonight.
Exactly.
So you were like, I'm probably going to get taken down at some point.
At some point, it's probably going to happen. So I clicked follow. And from that follow, I most likely was targeted as with a decent amount of following who posts their own business. He's probably got enough money to pay. I got a community guidelines violation. The first one was for impersonating somebody else, which I was meta verified at the time. So I don't know how that's even possible. I was impersonating myself, but it was somebody else. Paid that guy. Got my account back. Got hit with another community guidelines violation. I don't remember what that one was for. Paid the guy again. Got my account back. Then V1, that account with 20,000 followers, was hit with a community guidelines violation selling unlawful goods such as guns and drugs. That got taken down. Paid the guy. That one's still down. And then my account got taken down for the third time because I was supporting terrorist acts. Apparently, that was another community guidelines violation. Didn't happen. Then the whole dude that I thought was helping me out this entire time that I was paying all this money to, probably should have figured this out earlier, said his whole spiel that it was him all along. He feels bad because I'm such a good dude. And he said, 10K, this is the last time. And I'll give you both the accounts back.
How much had you already given him at this point?
$6,000. Yeah.
And just give me 10 more.
Yeah.
And I'll do the right thing. Because you're such a nice guy. So he still has your shit hostage.
Apparently. So like the updates are like I'm trying, like I found a loophole a little bit with the meta ads and I could actually talk to a meta support pro. apparently my stuff is being worked on right now to where I can at least appeal, actually, because when you get hit with a community guidelines violation, you're supposed to be able to appeal.
How do you
that.
know he wasn't the guy who was like supporting terrorist organizations or violating the community guidelines?
That's what he said. He came out and said he was the one who was.
Be like, I'm the guy who's posting terrorist stuff.
Well, he
under your
wasn't
account.
posting anything. He was just reporting it.
Yeah, he's just like whoever he knows at Meta or whoever his connected is basically. I assume they're either botting my account with all these reports at
They
once,
could
or
write a
he's
script
just,
to have a bunch of bogus accounts go and just run the
or
script.
he's just
with
clicking
it.
a button and attaching it to my account and saying this guy is part. He's
So
showing
this guy's got
signs
a
of
bot
this.
farm that's fucking you every time.
He says he has a guy on the inside. So yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah.
So for those of you who actually do have decent Instagram followings, TikTok followings, whatever, there are vulture motherfuckers out there like this who will in a way take your account hostage by doing all this weird reporting to Meta, tattletaling on you for shit that you never fucking did, and completely having your account banned or blocked or suspended or whatever.
Like none of my information got leaked. Nobody ever got into my account. It's just I got suspended because of these violations that didn't happen.
And you've paid to get them back?
Three times.
Which they've got. How do they get them back then?
They just take the violations off. Yeah,
So
like it's a
what,
whole
they
thing.
call up Meta and they're like, hey, just kidding.
He call his inside guy, whoever it is, just takes it off. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I don't know. We're going to keep working on it. We're still pursuing some stuff, but yeah, sucks. Working through it, doubling down on TikTok, doing some podcasts.
Real sorry you're having to go through that.
Well,
Sucks,
apparently
but-
the next few months he needs to ride the lightning.
Yeah. Worst thing could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen like a hit from this monetarily?
No, it's honestly we cranked it up. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Instagram's just more of a push to the website and to more of like a news outlet. Like, I mean, I'm bummed about my own personal page, but it was mainly the V1 page.
Yeah.
Because now I don't have any place to like
Put
I mean,
information.
I can put it on TikTok, but it's not going to get the same amount of attention that it would on Instagram. Like if I post like a actual picture of like, oh, we're dropping this, or a secret little
yeah.
teaser post or something like that.
Because like stories is a really nice
Yeah.
feature on Instagram where you can kind of talk to a community of people. That's not it's not the same as TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah. But like my personal Instagram page and my TikTok page are basically identical. So that wasn't like that's I lost 100,000 people. I mean, that sucks, but like I post the same thing. Whereas the V1 page is completely different, where that kind of sucks more for me at least.
So go to v1neutral.com.
Go to v1neutral.com if you guys want to pick some stuff up. We're running a little low, but next couple of months we got a lot more stuff coming.
Use that Suppworks code.
Yeah, Suppworks. I'll just leave it up there indefinitely.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you guys. This was awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for coming to Texas.
For real.
We'll see y'all next time on the Suppworks podcast.
Landon
sir.
Suggs of Inspired Neutral.
It's going to be good back-to-back episodes.